Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I'm your host, JR. Today we got Jose, Nick, and Rob. What's going on, guys?
Hello, I'm
Yo.
excited.
Hello.
So much
Yes,
cool stuff.
That's a word, I
yes.
guess. It's a
And
Well,
word.
and I just watched Andor again and it was amazing. So
Oh
I'm
my
waiting for
God.
Andor season 2 as well.
I also rewatched Andor for the fifth time.
how
It's
depressed
great,
were you
right?
guys when you guys didn't see no lightsaber?
It was great. I loved it.
Wow, wow,
Didn't need it.
wow.
It's a show good enough
hmm
without
No
lightsabers.
Star Wars fans. You guys are not.
I
um,
almost wanted to, I almost was like, man, I should make a rebel list just so that I could play through. I should have Edward make me grandma brick just for Legion.
well, everything that got announced for Rebels, Nick should be pretty stoked, should be pretty happy. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So a lot of things have happened. Adepticon happened, tournament happened, and of course the reveals happened. But before we get into all of that, I do want to give a shout out that this Saturday is going to be the LVOIS for the Legion Lads tournament number 3. So if you come to this tournament, you guys can still sign up. We could put
Yeah, we
tables
have two
outside.
slots.
Yep, 2 slots.
Two slots. Yeah, we're at 10 out of 12. One of the Modesto guys couldn't make it.
Oh, okay. Yes, but if you guys do come, we're even gonna have table out in the rain. That's how dedicated we are.
But if we need it. Right now we only have 10 out of 12, so we
Yeah.
don't need to go outside yet. But if we get
But
enough people,
I want to go
message me in
outside.
Discord.
I could cheat in peace. That's what I want to happen.
Not,
um,
not gonna let you cheat in peace.
in other words, Vet Fest coming up July 12th. So everybody locally and surrounding cities, keep that in mind. That is another going to be another LVOIS. We're trying to
Did
get
you have the
that
date for that?
uh July 12th. I said it.
Oh,
Yeah. Man, listen, Rob.
And the cost, remember the cost is just the ticket of entry.
which is like $20. So
20,
Yeah,
25. so you can come
25
25.
bucks. Like
25. The
And
And
then
badges
come
are
play
up.
in a
Badges are on
and
sale.
you can use that badge if you're, not smart and you want to play like MCP as well. And Nick's gonna host a tournament. I'm sure there's gonna be a Shatterpoint tournament, and there's also like actual wargaming, like with actual like normal people. So I think they do like Waterloo, Vietnam. Like they do all this crazy.
They had
Oh,
a
last year they
samurai
had
game.
the samurai game, this
Yeah.
massive Japanese castle. That was sick last
We
year.
got to play Zombicide too. That was pretty awesome.
That's not really a war game, but we did get to play Zombicide. That
That
was
is a
fun.
board game, I think so.
A war game.
Oh,
It is
war
a
game,
board
war
game, not a
game.
war
Yeah,
game.
yeah, war game. Are you holding an MCP tournament, Nick?
So I submitted it. I haven't
Oh,
heard back yet. I
Yeah.
did some I submitted to run one on Sunday.
Nice.
is there
Sunday?
isn't there an MCP IS?
There is an invitational series for MCP. I didn't submit for that. I mean, I guess I could.
You should. I think you should.
I think it just depends on how many players we would get.
What
Sure,
happened to
sure.
Friday?
Doesn't matter. Either way, July
It does.
12th,
Wait, it
Legion
does matter
tournament.
because Sunday's my daughter's birthday party. I can't get out of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
then Nick did it
That's why I was
personally.
pumped for Friday.
I only did Sunday because it looked like we were going to get a good amount of players to do more rounds. We'd have more time on
Gotcha.
Sunday.
Gotcha.
It's
Yes.
Friday's setup, right?
Veterans Game Fest. That is the weekend of July 12th. So please come for whatever it is you want to play. There's lots of option there.
From
But
near,
hopefully-
come far. We will have fun prizes.
Yes,
I don't
it'll
know.
be a
I
lot of
can't
fun.
think of anything else off the top of my head.
It's so
It's
fun.
a good,
just
it's a good
surprises.
time. I'm gonna host an after tournament event again. Like, so if you come from far enough that you're gonna stay the night, we'll go to a bar after. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Not quite karaoke. I don't think anyone here is brave enough. I'd be down, but I don't know. Everyone around here is too much of a fuddy duddy.
I'll sing
Jay,
the tequila shot. The
I do
tequila song.
karaoke.
Oh, we're doing karaoke then. All right, let's do
Jay,
it.
so when we went to the bar after last year with Brad,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rob gets a beer, Rome gets a beer, Brad gets a beer. The lady's like, "And what do you want, hon?" I'm like, "I'll take a Coke," and she's like, "And?" I'm like, just a Coke," and she's like, "We don't even have a price to charge that. That's usually part of the drink." I'm like, "Well, I can't drink," and she's like, "Here, just take it. It's on the house." I felt like crap, dude. Best Coke I ever had, but I felt like crap.
You know, I do want to come this year after.
It's
the-
fun,
dude.
Yeah,
it's a good
that's right.
time.
Is-
And apparently
do
we're
they
doing
got,
karaoke this year, so I'll try to find a good karaoke place.
do
Like,
they got
I did
tables that you could do
karaoke.
board games on?
not at the bar
No.
we went to, but
Damn. I was gonna say,
There's a whole board game convention we can play board games at.
well,
JR.
I have a board
know.
game that's called Heroes of Bacardia, where
Uh-huh.
you drink from cups and that's your life, and you go around searching dungeons.
Oh yeah, we couldn't do that there.
Yeah.
Wait, you got it?
No.
Yeah, I got it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, we gotta play. We gotta
Yeah,
play.
we do. It's a lot of fun. Like, but anyways, this is Legion news. We'll stay on
Yeah,
target.
Legion, the game we all play, I guess.
um, so yeah, we want to give a shout out to Isaiah. He run Gar with 2 ISP, Obi-Wan, and Cody.
Cody.
And he won the tournament. I was shocked. I was like, man, that's awesome. I always felt ISP was an underrated unit, and Isaiah pulled it off. So congratulations, Isaiah.
Guardian and New Cersei's fucking crack. Sorry, Nick.
Language.
Like he
Yeah.
rolled.
This is why we're never gonna get an interview with Will. Ever.
He rolled.
All the other pods
he
get it,
rolled.
but never us.
Fun. He rolled, and I'm like, oh, he's taking 3 wounds. Spends the dodge. What is he doing? Picked up all the 3 dice, blocked it all. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yep, that's how New Cersei works. I'm like, what the heck? And then he rolls again, and then he gets 2 misses 1, and then they're like, oh, that's a good roll. You don't get greedy. And I'm like, wait, you have to pick up the whole thing? Like that's
Yeah,
crap.
all 3.
Yep.
You have
Yeah.
2 shots to not burn a lot of wounds if you have a bad roll and you have a dodge. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
Worked
Seeing
out.
that.
It worked out. So congratulations again, Isaiah. We're gonna actually talk about the tournament next week. This week we're gonna go over the Adepticon reveals from AMG. So if you want to hear about the tournament, tune in next week for that episode. But let's get into the reveals, guys. And then holy cow, did they reveal a lot. So now, as we're talking about all this stuff, I want you guys to give a letter grade at the end, like we do with all our stuff.
At the end or like
At the-
end
at
of
the
each
end.
section?
Segment?
No, at the very end. So we're talking about it.
No,
No,
Yeah,
no,
I have-
no.
You guys want to do
That's the end of-
everything?
Yeah,
I don't know if we need to
grade.
rate everything. I just think
No.
the letter grade at the end is kind of like
Yeah, that's too much because, like, without spoiling anything, there's some stuff that I'm like amazing, like A++. Then there's stuff that I'm like I don't really care, and then there's stuff where I'm like this is terrible for the game.
I mean,
and
I
it's
mean, I
bad.
think going in, we
Yeah.
can say that it was a really great like
Sure.
It's
presentation.
nice that it was a lot of stuff.
No, I think it still makes sense to give an overall grade.
All right, we'll give a grade.
We're gonna
No.
we're
I
gonna
can see.
you're
I
gonna
can
you're
see.
gonna you're gonna give your thoughts about each thing, but
All right,
still
all right.
the grade at the end is still your overall thoughts
Okay.
of the over
All right.
what this next year is going to look like
Nick, the
for
voice
you.
of reason here.
And then somebody can compare it to our OVO scores and see like where our loyalties lie and stuff like
I
that.
don't know. I like grades. I like to see where everybody is at and like what their mindset is, right?
This is a big
Yeah.
chunk of stuff.
This
to
is
do a
this is
grade
why
on.
I'm the opposite, JR. I hate grades
Well,
hate
yeah,
it.
you're
because I have to
teacher.
grade people
Yeah,
all the time.
exactly, yeah. You get to deal with the rascals.
Yeah, I have to actually deal with the fact that
And you
Um,
have and I'll say this too. You have to decide for yourself, each of you, how you are going to grade this knowing
all right.
that you have incomplete information,
Yes.
right? Because there are things on here that we are going to be talking about that we don't have the full information because April 15th, we're getting
Right.
the rest of the cards. We're getting points for some of these cards we're going to be talking about. We're getting command cards for some of these cards we're talking about. So
I hate that we have to wait till the 15th. Why
Yeah,
couldn't they
we
just
have to
give it
wait,
to us this
so-
Saturday?
So
Like,
you have to
I don't
decide.
know.
You have to decide how harshly you are going to grade something, or give it leniency, knowing that you don't know.
Well, I
The
don't think
full-
we should
the
be
full-
grading how good or bad
No,
we think
no,
any of
well,
these things are.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So that is totally fine. That is you get to decide. You get to
All
decide
right. All
how
right.
lenient or harsh you want to be. I have decided that I am going to be super harsh because
Ooh. What did they
you know,
not add to
hold on.
MCP? Why are you so mad?
So what's awesome about this though is when we get our grade is that we got 2 weeks and then we do another episode about everything that's revealed. So
Yeah.
to see where our grades shift from there would be interesting.
All right.
only
So we're just gonna go in
because-
order, JR? How are we doing this?
Well, hold on, Nick, go for
yeah,
it. Go ahead.
only because I want to tempt fate. I want to tempt fate.
He's
I
so
want
hurt.
Ooh.
I want to say I'm hoping that everything I say today makes me look like an idiot 2 weeks from now and proves
Yeah.
me totally
Yeah.
wrong and proves me totally wrong because I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope everything I say today is wrong because I don't want to be right.
I don't know why you're such a downer. I gotta hear this. Like
We'll get to
I
it.
thought
We'll
he was
get to
gonna
it.
drop a hole.
I feel like he's just been like slowly saying, I'm mad, I'm mad. But
He's
he's
going
like,
to the dark
why?
side
Like, why?
slowly.
I think he saw the mall changes and it burned him up his side. I'm with you, Nick.
Oh,
I'm
now
with
who's
you.
getting ahead? Now who's getting
Okay.
ahead?
Anyway, let's get into this. So AMG has announced that they are doing tournament kits, store tournament kits.
Well, those
And
aren't brand new information, but this is the
yeah,
first time we
Card
saw the
packs are.
cards.
yeah.
The card
So
packs is brand new information.
Well, no,
here we go.
that
Hold
is,
up.
but we're not talking about that.
So
Yeah.
these Legion store kits, the first one, which is coming out Q2 2025,
Which I think
is
Roman bought a couple of, if I remember correctly.
so he's already able to purchase these ones.
So this one, yeah, this stuff he can already get. He said he bought a couple.
So this one is in this tournament kit is the ARF Troopers promo,
Nice.
the Rebel Sleeper Cell promo, Aqua Droids, and Riot Control Squads promos.
Yeah, so you have, like 2 amazing units, 1 unit that's probably going to end up being great, and then the worst unit in the game. So
No.
love to see it.
What I love about
Whoa,
this,
what is worse than Riot Troopers?
I
out of this,
think
nothing.
they're going to be great with well, I don't want to get into this, but with a certain unit they got to change.
Sure.
I think
But-
it's a W key list that's going to be.
But right now,
fun.
name a worse unit than Riot Control Squad.
Pikes.
No, what?
No.
Rebel Commandos.
Way better than Riot Controls. I can actually see. Okay, if Sleepers didn't exist, like if Empire had Riot or had Rebel Commandos, they would use them.
Rebel
Right.
Commandos are garbage.
Yeah, and all we have are Scouts, which are even worse.
No, Scouts are better than Rebel Commandos.
No.
Yes. Oh gosh.
All right,
yes.
we're gonna go
Pathfinders
forever
without
here.
the heavies.
probe droids, Darth Maul's probe droids.
No,
Yeah, but you
those
just
are
bring them
good.
for an extra act.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they're pretty
Right?
good with incognito.
And you would-
I was
Yeah,
testing you. I was
Yeah,
testing
no.
Oh my
no,
God, carry
probe droids
on.
are good.
Okay, so yeah, Q2 of 2025.
cool.
This is the tournament kit. I'm super excited about this one. And then on Q4 of 2025, this one is the Legion Weekly Organized Play Kit set.
Oh,
Now,
Q4?
Q4 of 2025.
Oh, it's so long.
And end of the year.
Yeah, but
Okay.
They got to
what's-
get all the cards printed.
what's awesome
Sure.
about this is that you get a card and you can check off things off it. For instance, to earn a check mark, you play a game, you paint a new unit, you teach someone new to play. And then there's week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's 2 marks per week. So for every check mark, or is it every completed week, you get a weekly pack?
I think those are just
Check mark.
suggestions as well. This is all going to be up to the store owners, right? Like,
No, it's
Sure,
they do the
sure.
same thing in Unlimited. There's a check mark. That sheet that they have, that format that they're using is identical to Unlimited. For like Unlimited, you go, you play a game, you do a learn to play, you get a check mark at the end. When the list is full, you get a pack of cards. That's what this
Okay.
is. It's the exact same thing.
got it.
Which I can
This is
see
just giving
both.
you more options. To
It's
get those
just
check
like
marks.
Unlimited, a learn to play is like 20 minutes. In Legion, a learn to play is like an
But
hour
it's-
at least, if
but-
not 90 minutes to 2 hours. Like,
yeah, but that's a thing like facilitating. Hey, I get to teach somebody new how to play and build the community. Here's my check mark.
sure.
You don't have to just commit like you guys can get this weekly by just going to your guys' Thursday thing at Squirrel and get a free pack. Like,
Well,
that's what I'm
we
saying.
can't,
Like, it's
though.
not hard.
Right? Because I highly doubt that Crazy Squirrel is going to be buying. This is all local stuff, right?
Yeah.
But right, like our only Legion store in town is still Legends.
Yeah.
So
No,
all
no,
this
but-
stuff has to be at Legends, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
but the
only- it's
community-
only-
your community building at Squirrel, which you guys are playing your games, doing learn to plays.
Sure.
If you develop a community and Squirrel sees that, then that makes them want to try to get into it. That's a good
Sure.
thing. This is just
Personally, I'm going to
check marks
keep
of
buying my
different ways
stuff
to
at
do it.
Legends, but if they want
That's
to,
fine, but you can build a community over there still. Like, that's
Sure.
the problem. Like,
I just
you
don't-
can build
I-
communities other places.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever. I mean, I would never speak for a store, but this is only for. I could be wrong, but I believe this is only for stores that are have a
Distributors.
distributors for AMG.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like,
so,
I'm not saying
yeah.
right away though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like
and
that's a
look,
cool little
I
thing.
think this is a larger thing that doesn't belong in the pod, frankly. So
Yeah.
for now, I'm just gonna say, they're cool. I'm a bit worried. They said that this can take, this isn't meant to be like 1 week, 2 weeks. Like if they're doing this quarterly, like how often are the new kits in Unlimited? They're more than twice a year, right? Because in Unlimited, if I understand correctly, there's like what 4 or 5 sets a year.
For Unlimited,
Unlimited's a different
there's
company though.
No, no, that's what I'm
uh
saying, JR, is that they're like, I don't actually expect this to be, you have 4 weeks to get this stuff done or else, right? And they're
yeah, no,
explicit on
Unlimited.
their stream that this is, do it at your own pace. This is just, right? Like, this isn't a way for them to get people to actually go into stores,
Yeah,
right?
this is just a
It's the
support
same thing.
support. This is just
Yeah.
support play each quarter. I imagine they'll be able to support it for the quarter play. It's just extra things to support the organized play kit when you run your tournaments.
Yeah. Did they say
And
quarterly
what's
for these though?
I
Because that'd be
don't
great. I'd love
let's see.
quarterly, but
I don't
they
I
haven't
don't
done
believe they
any of this stuff quarterly before. And even the stuff we
yeah.
have is
Oh, it's the
quarter
first
two
time
and
for
then quarter
everything.
four.
Yeah.
I feel like if they're investing into card packs of random cards to the point where they're adding rares and legendary versions of cards, I feel like they're doing it with the intent of like keeping it going as long as it becomes a popular thing to do.
I mean, sure. It's
They,
cool.
they
Like,
I mean, I like it because I like specialized cards. I mean, JR's seen my old armies. I used to have all the full art cards for everything. And so if you're telling me I can go do something I'm already doing, which is going to Legends on a Saturday, playing a game, and at the end of one, two, three, four, or just, at the end of four check marks, I get to continuously take shots at getting cards that I think look pretty that as a person who loves cardboard will show them all the time in my armies. Like, I'm down
mhm.
for that. And then, like I said, if it ends up being something great, that's cool. Like that gives people options to do things other than here's top eight, top four cards that I'm never gonna win or never gonna get. Well, I have these cool cards that have rarities to them that I can get by just doing stuff I'm already doing, painting, playing, teaching. Like that's dope.
Sure. Yeah. Uh, the real question is, does Jose get credit for painting JR's minis, or does JR get credit? How does that
Well,
work?
well,
Jose gets
He
credit.
wins the best card, so he'll probably just hand me his down.
so and on that note, like it's they got 3 sets coming in. They said they announced so far. Not announced,
Okay.
but they have. So I
So
imagine they're
this,
gonna do this quarterly, right?
okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and this is what I love. Okay, so I love that they're doing this because I was complaining previous episodes that they're not doing anything for the little guys, right? This screams to me that they're supporting the little local guys, and I love
Yeah.
that, right? Because that's for us to go in game, play, do all that stuff. Like I could totally see Roman saying like, "Hey, just come play a game, come paint into the store, or come
Yeah. If
teach
this gets
someone."
people to actually
Yeah,
play me on Saturdays,
it,
this is
it
this is great.
exactly, and I feel like this could happen, and I see Roman doing this. And
Yeah.
honestly, these are really cool. So I'll go into more detail about it. So
The
what it
mall looks
is
sick.
yeah, oh
Yeah, do
The
we want
oh
to
mall
talk
card
about it
looks
now,
sick.
JR?
yes, we're
We can
gonna
talk
talk about
about
it
it.
now. So I just want
I'm
to
just saying the
clarify.
art. The art
So
looks sick.
what happens is that you get a booster pack of 3 cards in it that could range from unit cards to command cards that are different arts. They
Yeah.
have 4 of those shown to start off on. One is a Phantom Menace, which is a different art, which is like Maul pointing his probe droids to go somewhere. Then you got
Cool.
Sabine, who looks pretty sick with the background of her design. Vader striking someone down, and
With 6 red attack dice.
yes,
Op Vader.
so then
Excellent.
then you also got Shadow Collective Maul, who looks sick. But here's you alluded to it, Rob.
There he
Here's the
is.
thing: is that Darth Vader has 6 red attack dice. That's
Sabine has
spicy.
Pearson melee on her normal weapon.
Yep.
And it goes
And
into melee now.
Goes
And
in
most
melee, yeah.
melee, yep.
Mhm.
and most importantly, the best change in all of Legion
It's
history.
they literally made Shadow Collective Maul unplayable because Shadow Collective Maul now has 5 wounds instead of 6,
Yep.
And he
and he
takes one.
still has wound 1. So now he's 4
Now
instead
I
of
did
5.
I did see speculation on Discord that maybe wound 1 just says like, for the sake of Juyo, consider this person wounded, right? Instead of you have a wound when you enter the
Right,
game. So you
right.
can't like witch magic yourself to full health and lose Juyo. Like,
So
it could be that.
But that was the whole
here's
trade-off to Witch Magic was you
here's
fully healed and lost Juyo.
here's the thing though. Like he also has Courage 2 now instead of 3.
Wasn't he
That's
always 2?
nope. He was 3. Maul's always been a Courage 3.
Oh, I thought Shadow Collective Maul was only
Nope.
2.
Nope. So this has me thinking one or two things. One,
Hoping.
I'm hoping it's a mistake because there's 5-2 Sabine and 5-2 Maul. So maybe the person who put this together just grabbed the 5-2. It's like, oh, he must be that, right? Because Rob
Yeah.
thought it was 2, right, as well. However, people have been asking AMG about this mistake, and they haven't spoken up. So they're
Well, the other
silent.
thing it could be is maybe they moved his like to the dark saber says increase your courage by 1.
Right. So that's the other thing is
So like,
the dark saber might increase it by 1. It might even increase your health by 1.
oh, that'd be cool. So
Yeah.
that just to guarantee you take it, right?
Right. Because if you take him as operative Maul, then that makes sense that why he would be 4 health, right? Because he's been messed up. He's not
Yeah.
full powerful.
Yeah.
But Darksaber Maul would be in control now. So I can see that. Which
Like
that's
we don't know until the 15th.
correct. So
So
let me preface this. I'm giving AMG, crap right now, but AMG has proven time and time again that what you see isn't what always it's going to be, because they're probably going to have something that's going to make that thing better.
I mean, it's also worth mentioning Chewie's red defense dice, right?
Sure.
Like they make mistakes.
Yes.
That it could just straight up be a mistake.
I really
But
hope it's a mistake.
The Vader one is
Wasn't
definitely not a
there-
mistake. That is a legal card as far as I'm concerned right now. Like this Saturday, if you want to have 6 on Vader hop, 7 with
Didn't-
tenacity.
Didn't the swoop bikes have like their defensive role was like an attack?
Yes.
As attack dice?
Yeah.
Surge attack. Yeah. But, so either A, it's a mistake, which I'd be happy for, or B, they just allocated that to Shadow Collective or to Darksaber, or the wound that you said, Rob, about the new definition of wound, which would be
Again,
fine.
it's speculation.
Yes.
We don't know.
It's
literally
just,
don't know.
If they didn't change anything other than the 5-2, I think they made Maul unplayable. Shadow Collective Maul, let's be specific, which scares me because that means they might do something to CIS Maul.
Yeah, CIS Maul needs a nerf. He's clearly the best force user in the entire faction.
No, he's fine right where he's at. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. So yeah, so here's hoping, but the art does look cool. All of this art looks amazing, fantastic. I'm gonna skip over a couple things and address them later. The one thing I did want to talk about though is in Q2 2025, we get Ahsoka Tano, the commander, and now we know the squad leader.
And she's kind of out of nowhere, right? Did they mention her last year?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Mini extravaganza. They told
Okay.
Gain of
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the whole joke Gar had when like they announced Gar Ahsoka, and then Rebels got their Ahsoka, and Gar's like, we're still waiting. And finally, after it finally showed up, that was the whole Gar.
Okay.
Gar
So do you guys want me to read this whole stats and the command card, or
Yeah.
okay? Well,
Yes.
yeah, okay, all right. Well, here's what she's got. So she's 110 points. She comes with the slot for force, power, commander, and training. She has jump 2, associate Anakin Skywalker,
Dumb.
deflect.
I knew she was gonna be tied to him somehow.
Immune to pierce, independent recover, scout 1, and Sheen Mastery. Now we don't know what Sheen Mastery does.
Well, clearly Sheen Mastery says if you attack Ahsoka, take 2 wounds. Obviously.
My speculation is that if she spends a dodge, she could deal more wounds damage back.
With deflect.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
That would be killer.
Please don't be the case.
Literally,
no, that's too similar to Anakin. It's got to be different.
Anakin.
No, it's completely different from Anakin.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know I'm too similar in that it's just another Master's
way to do wounds.
They're doing wounds back. It's got to be
Okay.
something different.
Well, I don't know because I looked up what Sheen Mastery is, and it's pretty much deflecting
blaster bolts.
Deflecting blaster bolts. So it's just like that's the only thing I can see happening. But AMG comes out with stuff all the time.
Maybe it's you always deflect a wound if you're attacked in range.
Well, you already have deflected.
And that's Anakin.
No. You always deflect a wound. Always.
Okay. Yeah. Like the old Dejinso then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Anakin's.
Yeah.
No, Anakin's is if you have any
misses. The old Anakin.
The old Anakin.
Oh, yeah. Old Anakin. Yeah.
Shien is the baby version of Gemso. It's what they teach people before they move into Gemso.
Got it.
She has 5 health, 2 courage 2. She surges the crit, does not surge to defend, and she has red defense dice. Her lightsaber is impact 2, pierce 1, which is 3 whites, 5 black. Wild to me. That's pretty cool though.
Better than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Better than Obi-Wan.
The most important.
Better than Ahsoka.
Yeah, better than Ahsoka.
Better than Rebel Ahsoka. What's more important?
Well, no, because
yes.
I was going to say no. Still too.
Oh, and the best part.
The most important thing about this Ahsoka Tano is she has speed 3.
You don't gotta pay the burst of speed
You don't
tax.
gotta pay the versus speed tax.
No
So,
charge, fortunately.
No,
Oh,
no.
on a command card.
Yeah, command card she gets charged, but uh
And a free speed 3 move.
yeah, moving
Yeah.
on. We're going to go into her squad leader upgrade. So you could put this in the squad leader, the new clone icon. You could slot her in, she could be in charge of one. She has leader, sidearm, melee, and range. She's a clone, it's for clone troopers only, to be exact. This unit gains block, charge, and independent one. Or independent
Independent
dodge.
dodge. Can that go
one.
on arcs?
Yes.
They're thinking
Yeah.
yes.
Because they're clone
Yes.
troopers.
Oh,
Clone troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any clone trooper.
No.
Yeah.
No. Arcs don't need a buff.
That's what I'm saying. Arcs need to be 100 points, man. Hands down.
Well, see, there was I was watching Tour Scoundrels and Dash made a point to take advantage of your independent dodge. You're most likely not going to want on arcs because any free orders you have available are going to go on your arc. So if you want to take that independent dodge, it's easier to put her in a core unit where you can issue orders wherever you want and still have her pop that, which
I guess you
think
could
is
put her in
better.
a shotgun squad. Did those shotguns work in melee?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, Pierce 2 in melee? That's a spicy
She's a
score.
better 5 squad just with no
But the
free
thing
order.
is that she doesn't increase their courage, so it'd be courage 1.
True.
Are you
Two.
sure?
2. Base
Oh,
trooper.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
clone
I
troopers are
totally
2.
forgot they changed that. That's,
Yeah, they're all
that's
Yeah.
right.
twos now.
That's
basically,
right.
yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. That's a mute point now.
Yeah. Yep.
Her lightsaber is critical 1, impact 2, pierce 1, and it's 2 white, 2 black for 35 points. That's cheaper than Echo. That's cheaper
Yeah.
than 5s.
Yep.
That's
That's
wild. That's wild.
I can't wait to put her.
It definitely feels like they're doing some pricing based on balance and other pricing like this based on we want to see this because they're cool.
No.
Like this is too cheap.
It's the
Maul's
bias.
going to be 20 points to
It's
put
their
into a
bias.
B1 squad watch.
No, the droids are going to get nothing. Like,
Yeah, no, they said they're going to make it a point to put heroes this way, like
sure,
to
but
get
other
them into the
factions.
game.
I don't see it in CIS. The only thing I do see them doing is you could put STDs in squads, right? In the
You could put
personnel
a
slot.
weaker Dooku in B2s because he
I don't-
walks with them all the time. You could do a mini Grievous in Magna Guard because he's with them all the time. Like you can do it.
Magna Guards, they have is a heavy slot. You would have to make them heavy. You're right, though. You're right. They could make a heavy Grievous.
They could do it.
A heavy Dooku. They could. So I do stand corrected. That could be a possibility. I just don't see it likely because usually they're not leading the droids in that manner. They're usually doing it in authority, right?
Yeah.
One
One thing I will say real quick before we move on is whatever unit she's in, you want prepared supplies. Like it's just 5 points, guarantee surge defend on any one attack in the game. Amazing.
But you can just take dodges from all the other units.
Yeah, you
sure,
can
but this is guaranteed. Like I don't know. I think it's such
It's so busted because then you could use block and melee, so it's just like sure, why not? That's cool.
I mean, I still think she goes on arcs, but
hands down. Hands down.
You can do 181 points for a double squad clone trooper with Ahsoka and shotgun.
It's wild.
Not worth it, but
I just want to know why Ahsoka is the only Jedi that, as she got older and more experienced, just got crappier and crappier. Because my Rebel Ahsoka is the crappiest unit in the game.
No, right control squad.
This Ahsoka is just really good. So I'm just curious why I have that and why that.
Are you on the bandwagon of the bias, Nick? Please tell me you are. You can see the bias right now.
No.
They're clone lovers. That's what this is.
They're just Empire haters. That's all they are.
They're haters of everything but clones.
Dude, Aquas and Sleepers exist. They are undoubtedly the best units in the game right now. They are not in GAR.
They've realized they made a mistake and we're going to get points reductions right.
So I sure hope so.
No, I'm just kidding.
I have some very competitive lists I have prepared for Nick. Okay. Very competitive.
Aquas aren't changing points.
Which is interesting because we did. Anyways, we'll move on. So her command cards, she actually has a 4-pip. It's called Revenge is Not the Jedi Way.
What? I hate it.
I said I love it.
Oh, you said you love it. It's for 2 units. When building a command hand, treat this card as though it has 2 pips. Ahsoka Tano gains 3 dodges. Additionally, Ahsoka Tano gains Jakar Mastery and loses Sheen Mastery this round.
I love it.
You love that command card?
Yeah, because you get 3 dodges and you can use those to hit something. It's great.
You know what I just? Well, let me read the next one.
We'll keep reading.
There's her 3 pip is I go where I'm needed. It's for 3 units. Ahsoka Tano may make a speed 3 move this round. Ahsoka Tano gains Guardian 3 and disengage.
So for the record, it's when you play the card you make the move. It's not during her
Right.
activation.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Her courage is increased by 1. She treats her maximum speed as 1, and her maximum speed cannot be increased.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So that disengage works on that speed 3 move though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Her 1 pip is URB.
Or it can put you into melee and save you.
Right. It's for 1
Yeah.
unit. Ahsoka Tano gains charge this round. If she defeats 1 or more enemy units this round, she can make up to 2 attack actions and may make a free move action during her activation this round. When Ahsoka Tano attacks an enemy unit with a melee attack this round, after that attack is resolved, the defending unit may make a move action and can withdraw with that action. So
I hate that card.
It's a weird card.
it is a weird card.
It's dumb.
It screams like this is a round 5 playmaker card to me.
It's beat up on.
You have to kill the unit to get the first effect.
Right.
It's a cleanup card. Like
yeah,
it's attacking like units that have like you're gonna kill them. They have like 2 models left, 3 models left.
You hope you're gonna kill them.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that means that she gets 2 more attacks, so total of 3 attacks.
She has to kill the first unit.
No.
Right.
No, only 2 attacks
2
total. 2
Okay,
total.
2
total. But she had to get
and
the
it's
second
not
attack
free
off.
either.
She has to kill the first unit to get the second attack off.
Right. So she has to kill the unit and then presumably charge into the next unit.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which yeah, that's true.
Because it's not like Son of Skywalker that says free attack action either. So it's using up her action.
So she can move into a unit, charge them.
Right.
If she kills them, she can move and charge and kill another unit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Nick, how do you feel about the Ahsoka Tano? I know you alluded to, lesser than the older Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah. So it's 110 points.
Yeah.
So cheap.
So this is where I'm gonna say things that in 2 weeks they better prove me wrong. I'm still paying 90 points for my crappy 6 health white save rebel units.
Jyn Erso, is that who you're talking about?
Jyn Erso and Cassian that throw 2 dice. And
you're spending 145 for Ahsoka.
And I'm spending 140. Literally worse. And I'm spending 145 for Ahsoka. So they better drop massively. Otherwise, that's
she just uses it a lot, frankly.
They better or something better change.
Because so here's my thing. I don't like the idea of dropping points on anything in Rebels because all you're gonna do is make the bloat go up. And I hate that
then
idea.
change them. Change them,
yes, but don't points drop them.
Which I'm not very confident about when I scroll down later and see what they're giving me.
Oh, let's keep going then. Let's keep going.
One of the cards.
Before we get there, I do want to make note that can Ahsoka Tano, the Rebel version, use these command cards?
No, literally no. What do you mean? It's in the command card. It says Ahsoka Tano, Padawan Commander.
Yeah, I believe because it says Padawan Commander, she can't, right?
Whereas the other Ahsoka is Fulcrum.
I believe because it says that they can't. We could double check the rule, but I believe
that is literally how they work. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the title.
Yeah.
Which is interesting
because they showed one of Kalani's cards that's been changed to just say Kalani, not super tactical droid.
Ooh,
so
the key,
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, what command card?
Which command card?
So during I think it was self-preservation or one. So during the prize pool, they got a picture of Kalani's prize card, and it no longer says super attack. It just says Kalani. So the
Are you
thought
talking
now
about
is
the unit card?
No. Her command card. And so the thought now is that it's going to rule out being able to use her cards with
Well,
like
yeah,
Kraken and stuff.
that's how
But
English works.
but no, but hold on. But here's the reason it's gonna jumping forward a little bit. The custom super tac droid, they're saying this is the reason why they labeled it Kalani. So you can't use Kalani's command cards with the new make
Got it.
your own tac droid. Because supposedly those make your own units are either gonna have rules on them with what they can do, or they're gonna have their own command cards, but they don't want command cards carrying over to these units that, are create a
Got it.
own unit. We'll get to
So,
that later,
but
but
I
yeah.
mean, they would
The
also
name
have
stuff
to do
makes
that for
sense.
Kraken and the other generic super track.
Which they probably did, it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's going crazy in Discord. It's going crazy on a lot of podcasts that are already covering it. So, it's crazy.
All right.
So,
Moving on
Well,
to
okay. Yeah.
okay. So also in Q2 2025, B2s, hard plastic, Commando,
We don't do
Clone
we need to
Commander
talk about
Cody.
reprints? I kind of don't care.
I'm gonna just go over it, just
All
quick
right, all right,
go
all
over
right.
it, and then we can move on from there. Clone Commander Cody, Rex and Boyle, or sorry, not Rex, Waxer and Boyle. Then you got the Outer Rim Outlaws, which is Boba Fett, the Rebel version, and then Mandalorian with Grogu that's coming out. And then you got the
they're already hard
IG-88s.
plastic.
So all coming hard plastic in Q 2025. And then
Mando wasn't hard plastic?
He was.
He was.
Yeah,
They're
and
just
so was
they're
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 just
putting
boxing
people
them up.
together in boxes
Yeah,
so
the
they put
pre-
it
there's
on
the
a
okay.
pre-packaging. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
in Q3 of 2025, we're also getting the AA5 restock. So pretty
That's
cool.
good.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, this to me was the most exciting thing about this presentation. I am so on board with it. I am so
I am
happy.
excited as well,
It
actually.
is so going to be amazing. So they're coming out with customized operatives and commanders for each faction.
Excited.
So this is all
Boo.
going to be, well, not all of
Let's
it.
do it.
In Q3 of 2025, you're getting the Rebel Officer, a customizable version, and the Rebel Agent. You're also getting the customizable Imperial Officer and the Imperial Agent. And then Q4 of 2025, you're getting your very own customizable Jedi General.
Yeah, this one I'm not a fan of. This one's
and
bad.
Jedi Knight. Oh no,
This one's
dude,
awful.
This was
Hold
Should
on,
not
amazing.
exist.
Amazing.
JR, here's your bias take again. The Rebels and Empire get officer units. Gar gets a full blown Jedi.
I know.
Choose your own
Yeah.
Jedi.
But it's on point, right? That's literally
Yeah.
what they had. Is
That's
nothing but
it is
Jedi.
the correct thing for them to put there.
Yeah.
Right.
And like even I wanted a Sith, but it makes sense that they chose
They hinted at
customizable
it.
super tac command droids.
Well, I mean,
They
I'm
hinted
excited.
at
I
it.
get to make one of the best characters in the best Star Wars TV show, Daedra, right? Like she gets to be my rebel officer now. Like
Is
it'll
that
be
the
good.
one?
You mean
Is that the
Imperial
one in
officer.
Imperial
Rogue-
officer. Sorry, not rebel officer. No. She's not the bad guy here. All right. Imperial officer.
Is that the one in Rogue One?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
well,
No,
Andor.
So what do you guys think about this? Like, Jose, do you love this?
I hate
What?
this.
What?
Wow.
Here's why I hate it.
Oh, you're
Here's
wrong.
why I hate it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, says the guy who's thinking I'm wrong is just foaming at the mouth. He's about to make some blown up cracked crap that we're gonna complain about later.
You best
He's-
believe I am.
He's part of. He's
Yeah.
gonna take his cracked Jedi and he's gonna beat
Nick-
down on Nick's
Nick
fun
has
officer.
Nick has experienced
So-
firsthand of how Kraken can make
Yeah,
a
and
unit.
so
Yeah,
here's my
same.
problem.
So do I.
Yeah,
Storm
here's
time
my
is not
problem.
balanced. This
Yeah.
is AMG balanced at least.
So
Maybe,
here's
maybe.
here's my issue. Here's my issue. So one, I hate it because it's taking a position of where I believe where our hollowed, warship Star Wars characters go. Landos, Leia's, Luke's, Andor's, Vader's. Like they're taking up one of those slots that I think should be held
Can I counter?
for that. Hold on, I'm not done yet.
I
Secondly,
feel like I want to counter directly
this-
that.
No, you have to
this
wait.
is
You have to wait.
This is
Ooh,
wait your
you guys
turn.
don't wait for me.
this is gonna be this is either gonna go one of two ways. There's no middle ground. It's gonna be super cracked and busted, or it's gonna be utterly useless because there's no middle ground. These doctrines that come with them that define what your guy can do or take there's no way you can make something this customizable and not go to one of the
Let me
Well,
jump in here. Hold on.
No. I get to jump in first.
I know. I just want to clarify. That's all I'm doing. So what Jose's talking about is Will did say that all of these guys are going to come with doctrines, and the doctrines are going to have the stats and like what their keywords are going to be. The only
Sentinel,
Yeah, the only
Consular, or
doctrines we
something like
know
that.
are for the Jedi Knight and Jedi General, which is the Sentinel, Consular, and then some other one, which is cool because you mentioned they're like all based on Japanese samurai stuff,
That's cool.
which I love. But anyways, continue
Yeah,
your
I know
point,
you were
Jose.
gonna like that. No,
Yeah,
no, and that's just the nature of the beast, and using what game was it? The Star Wars Fifth Trooper game, using that as a reference, you were able. Now it's not going to be to this extreme, but you were able to build basically a God Jedi
yeah, it
and
was.
Nimble, what was it? Nimble and deflect?
Oh,
steamrolled
it was everything.
steamrolled like people who couldn't who either didn't want to, couldn't afford, or weren't in the process enough to make that. And that's how I
So
feel this is going to go. The doctrines are going to limit things so much. And when it comes to the doctrines, I figure it's going to be your basic loadout of like a guardian, a straight up blender, stuff like that in simple terms. But like I said, once again, my problem is something that's so malleable to how you want to play can create a big issue, because simply I've always said this is like, when AMG tests things, that's great. But I don't count it, because I they can make a unit that's oh, this is fine. Riot troopers are great. They're perfect. They're where you need to be. And then players like, nah, these are crap, because we actually play the game. We know it's shit. Sorry, Nick. But I'm saying Will and all them can say this is perfect. This is great. This is what the game needs. We tested it. It's great. It's balanced. But then Psycho GR comes along with some kind of malleable monstrosity, and we just have to sit there and take it. Here's my 90-point force user with burst of speed, 10
okay,
attack
I'm
dice, just
all right.
nimble, all this
All
stuff.
right, strongman time over. All right, strongman time over. Okay.
All right,
Oh my
Rob, you
god.
can go now, Rob.
Here's the thing. First off, I'm gonna
So,
like
so
the whole.
actually, Rob, I think time better spent to tell us why you like this versus
No, no,
why
I will do that.
Jose
I will
doesn't
do
like
that
it.
while rebutting him. Don't worry. I will tell you why I love this while rebutting Jose, because like the character point to me is so insane. Like it is like, how can you? It is the opposite. This is finally like Daedra. I've been wanting to play her in Legion. She's never going to get her own freaking character in this game.
You don't know
Now I can
that.
customize her, right? Oh, let's think. Mace
We could,
Windu. How long have we been waiting for Mace Windu? Guess what? He's right here, right? All of the Jedi that you've been wanting to play because you love the Clone Wars are in that box. And you
but
know
it's not
what?
them.
It doesn't. It
It does
is.
matter.
You
It
get
does
to model
matter.
them the way you want,
I don't
and
like
that's
that. It's not them.
I, I,
My
I,
card, my
I for
unit
one
card is
would
not going to
prefer to
say.
have. Well, you did. I was
Well,
quiet.
my
Okay,
unit
I
card is
was
not going to say
quiet.
Mace
Yeah, let him
Windu.
You guys
finish,
shut me
Jose.
up. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
quiet.
Let him
finish,
finish,
let him
Jose.
finish,
Let
let
him
him
finish,
Yeah,
finish.
Jose.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. Is it going to be the same as if it was exactly that character? Of course not. The doctrines are going to be limited. But now you don't have to homebrew it. Now you have something you can show up to at the table, say this is legal, this is okay. And Nick can show up with this Callus and say, hey, I actually kind of made him kind of like Callus, even though he's in Rebels. And
I just
I can
wouldn't do
show up
that.
with Daedra. People can show up with Mace Windu. Like, you get to make all of these characters. And yes, they might come later. And that will be amazing. I hope we get every character in Star Wars in the game. But
So now
until
we just
then,
ignore lore.
Oh, let him finish.
until
Let him
then,
finish. Let him
we've
finish.
got this. And so this is
Nah.
the way to get new characters in super easily and super cool. And getting to the second point of balance, that's a problem with literally everything, number one. Right? Sleepers are unbalanced, Aquas are unbalanced, Riot Troopers are unbalanced in opposite ways in that case. But balance is hard. Yes, I agree. They're going to have to balance no matter what they release. Right? So, yeah, it may be unbalanced. Yeah, JR may be smarter than other people and be able to make stuff, because that's apparently the only person you're scared of with this is JR. But no,
He's the
like,
easiest example.
I get it. But this is not like Stormtide. And I noticed this at the end. In Stormtime, we all hated fighting JR because his guy had more points than ours. And he could make his guy better than we could make ours. These are all presumably balanced around each other and everything else in the game. Whereas Stormtide wasn't. And I'm not trying to shut on Stormtime here. I liked it. It was fine. Right? But this stuff will be more balanced than that. I also don't think it's going to have nearly as much customizability as Stormtide did. Right? Stormtide, you chose every single keyword you got on that commander except after like 2. Whereas in this, it sounds like every one of the guys gets the basics, right? So like every officer is going to get like Inspire 1, Spotter 1, guessing, right? And then from there you can go, oh, maybe it's now Spotter 3, or maybe it's now Compel, or maybe it's now this or that or the other thing. And there will be, I imagine there will only be like slight customizability. I don't think they went crazy here, right? I think you're going to get to change some stuff, but like things like the weapon you use, that's not going to really affect a lot of these, right? Maybe the Jedi, definitely that Rebel agent, right? If they have a sniper versus a machine gun. But ultimately, like, I don't think the customizability is going to be that much of a problem. So balance is going to be fine, right? They're going to be somewhat customizable, not like I get to change every single thing about this guy. Like they were clear. It's like, no, you get to change, you get to choose some toolkits and a weapon. Right. And then you get to put their upgrades and maybe you get to choose what upgrade slots they get, but they're going to be fine balance wise. So those are my 2 points. I love these. Right? I think these are awesome.
Okay. So
sleepers are balanced,
Nick,
right?
Oh, hey,
AMG
Nick,
made sleepers, right?
Nick, your turn.
I didn't say they make perfect balance. I said that everything is unbalanced.
Okay. All right. Nick's turn.
All right. So it's kind of funny. You know what? Actually, the very first thing I thought of when they showed these, I said, oh my gosh. How are they going to program these in Legion HQ? They didn't think about the Legion HQ programmers that they're going to have to program all of this. They're going to have to program all these customizable things. They didn't think about the Legion HQ guys. So I'm very sorry. They didn't think about you when they created these. So that's I'm not joking. Split second. That's the first thing I thought of. Very first thing.
I love that. I love that.
Very first thing. So yeah.
Think of the little guys.
Yeah. So no. I hate it. I hate this so much.
Ooh.
I hate this so much.
Tell me, Nick. Tell me.
This is not what I want them spending their time on, especially not even a year into the game. This is their new rule set, and this is what they're spending their time on. This is what you do 10 years into the game when your game is petering out and you have no more units to make. This is what you're doing when you haven't made Mace Windu, when you haven't made Ghost Crew, when you haven't made Django, when you haven't made all these other units. This is what you're doing. This is what you're giving us. I don't want to play these crappy no-name units. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is garbage. I don't want to play any of this crap. This is
Mace Timu.
Infuriating that this is what they spent their time on. Oh my gosh, I was so freaking mad. I was so freaking mad that this is what they gave me. I hate this so much. And these units better be garbage. They better be pieces of crap that throw 1 black die and have 2 health. They better be absolutely garbage on the table because they are generic heroes. And generic heroes in Star Wars die to the named heroes instantly. Every named hero should be able to kill these characters instantly. Doesn't matter who they are. Krennic, Leia, Veers, any of them should kill these heroes instantly. They should be 50-40 point generic heroes that are garbage. That's what they should be. They should have no power. They should have no power. They should be
Nick
garbage.
Is scaring me right
They
now.
should be garbage. They should die instantly.
Wow.
If they are any good, I will be so freaking mad. I'll be so freaking
Look at
mad.
his eyebrows.
I will be so mad.
Wow.
So, okay.
Jay, real quick.
Anything else, Nick?
I want to say one quick thing. The only thing I'm looking forward to these things is that I can make way cooler Jedi for my ARF Trooper replacements.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
My turn. So AMG, Nick and Jose are clearly wrong.
Thank you.
Absolutely love this with every fiber of my bone. I'm all for this. Like Nick's over here talking about not heroes. It literally says it on the box. Imperial Officer JR, Jedi General JR, STD JR.
Yeah.
Like I see
STD JR. Don't say that. Don't say that. Tactical droid JR.
So clearly there are heroes here, Nick. You just gotta find them. You gotta build them, right?
Oh no, you're a hero, but you die in the background shot from a stray blaster bolt that that Han shot. Just so you know.
I I love this. I love this for two reasons. One, I love customizing my character. That's what I really liked about Stormtide is customizing my commander. I thought that was a lot of fun. Agree that in Stormtide it wasn't as balanced because only one person got most of the points, so you couldn't really allocate it. So I do agree with Rob on a lot of things in that this everyone's going to be on the same playing field. But I don't know the name of the game, but there used to be a Star Wars MMO. And I think it still is. I think it was
Old Republic.
Old Republic, yes. And in that game, yeah, you can make a Jedi Sentinel, which is your tank, and then a Jedi like striker guy who had two double-bladed lightsabers, which are attacker, and then a more balanced one. And that's what I see here. I see the templates that you could give them. That one's probably more like has a lot more health, and the other one is a little bit more aggressive, and one's more supportive. That's what I honestly think they're gonna do with these. And so the only thing that kind of scares me is when it comes to competitive, you're probably going to see a supportive commander for clones or Jedi Knight for clones, right? Just give out a bunch of tokens and everything because that's what they love. You could fill different roles, which Will Schick was talking about. And I do love that part because there's certain roles that other people don't have or have access to. And now you do, and they could fill that role. So maybe when I'm going against a rebel, they have a commander that's, focused on shooting because as you see in the box, one of them has a Z6. So maybe he's a hard hitter with the sharpshooter throwing like 6 blacks or something, right?
Busted.
Which is cool because like every faction is now going to have, in my opinion, a little generic customizable guy that fills a role that they need for their army. That can be a double-edged sword though, because then you see everybody running the same type, right?
And yeah, and I think that gets to Jose's main point, right? Nick just
Yeah.
doesn't like the concept, but Jose did have a good point about balance, right?
Right.
I am worried that that's going to happen too. For the record, Jose, I just think that that's not anything that we should be above and beyond with these worried about, right? Like they can be. I think they're going to be a lot more heavy-handed with these than anything else.
Even now, like if Vader was a top dog, everybody runs Vader. On Blizzard Force when it was Operative Vader, it's just like, that's always going to be competitive. That's always going to be a thing. But
yeah, I don't think we have to worry about the Jedi Knights being overpowered when we have Ahsoka coming in at 110 points, like
or Anakin for that matter. You know what I mean? Like yeah. It's just this scream, and I'm so shocked Nick hates this, and I understand why.
Too, honestly.
I understand why he hates it because he likes the heroes, and that's what Star Wars is about, and I agree with that. But like, this is literally just like customize the way you want with whatever you want, and I'm a big fan of customizing my guys. I love that absolutely. But yeah, I can understand some people hate it for the min-maxing, which is gonna be a thing. Any last words on the best thing they announced?
Garbage.
All right.
It's not real. If this is putting, because Will Schick said, see you yourself on the battlefield leading
I don't really
these,
care about.
And I'm like, okay, cool. So if we're playing pretend in our already pretend game, I want what is it? Self-preservation taken off because it makes no sense anymore.
I would never bring one of these.
It's not real.
Really, ever.
You do now.
I'm gonna make a little Nicholas.
Right,
I won't even buy one of these.
Right now,
I'm gonna make one and give it to you for Christmas.
You make a callous rebel officer.
Yep, he already does it. That's the irony here.
I only did that for the generic commander,
which is gone now.
Which is gone for the couple times that I would run a generic.
Which, by the way, I think is something we didn't mention, right? In what is it? So we lose generic STD,
except for 501st.
We lose Imperial Officer, and we lose the Imperial.
Really?
And we lose the Rebel Officer and Imperial Officer. Yeah, they're gone. Yep. Which to me makes sense, right? Like all of them were already points costed right now that you probably aren't bringing. Like I haven't seen any in any good lists in a while, right?
So
like Krennic is only. Oh, go.
So CIS still gets to keep the tech droid.
The T series still exists, right? But
we
no
lose
longer
the
can they.
STD.
Just not the STD, yeah.
So is Kraken still a thing?
Kraken and Kalani, as Jose was saying early on, are now heroes, right? So you get Kraken. So I bet there's going to be a Kraken and STD, a Kraken and Kalani box somewhere down the line.
Got it.
Where they get new kits and stuff.
Okay.
or maybe not.
So I think what bothers me the most is the time.
Sure.
This
Sure.
took, I would probably guess this probably took more time to make these than
Than anything else. Yeah,
that they've
I agree.
ever done, right?
Yep.
This took a ton of time
Probably.
to make.
And if it didn't, then they did a bad job.
Yeah. This took a ton of time to make.
Yeah, I love it.
It was playtesting.
Not worth
Playtesting is
it.
what took the time.
Not worth it at all.
I'm so excited.
Not worth it at all.
So excited.
They could my opinion, my opinion,
Your great opinion.
could have spent that time on so many better things.
They did
one other point real quick, JR, is they've been talking a lot about licensing. Maybe they're just having problems getting licensing on here. I'm grasping, right? Like maybe it's like a
LFL still has
licensing
to sign
thing.
up on
Well,
this. So.
that's the thing though, is they have Mace Windu Shatterpoint. They
Yeah,
have
okay.
That's why. Yeah, that's why I don't
Yeah.
think that's an issue because they have tons of characters.
That's fair. They do.
in the other
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you're right.
They did allude to Sith. I mean, someone asked, "Can I make a Sith?" and they said, "Not right now." So that's gonna be amazing. So
Like I
we'll
don't see. I don't think that you should be able to do Sith in CIS or in Empire because like they don't make sense
Well,
lore-wise.
you could. I could totally understand.
I guess an
CIS.
Inquisitor. I
Yeah,
guess.
I was gonna say Inquisitor in Empire. Like you can make Inquisitors, right? Because
Yeah.
they're really generally no named characters.
Right.
Not fleshed out, anyways. All right. We'll move on. I know Nick's got a bad headache right now.
It's gonna get worse.
So
He's boiling. He's red.
I really want you guys to
He
take
is
on
red.
all this stuff. On Q3 2025, we are getting the upgrade pack, the battle deck card pack, essential kit, and the Rebel Alliance unit card pack, Galactic Empire.
Well,
Separatist
real
Alliance.
quick, I think we should
Yeah.
talk about those three things first.
Okay, we'll go in order.
And the
So-
reason for that is because I don't think anybody should buy any of that. Oh, the upgrade pack, actually, probably. Right? Because
Don't need to.
you're going to get all
Don't
that
need to.
stuff in the core kits, which we're going to talk about in a moment.
Yes,
And you should be
absolutely
buying
agree.
core kits.
Yes, 100%.
Like above anything else.
Yes. Yeah, so essentially just like it sounds, the essential kit, you get all the tools. You get the range tools, you get the movement tools, you get order tokens. Then the upgrade pack, you get all the upgraded cards for,
Mhm.
cardboard lovers. And then the battle deck card pack, I don't know, maybe some people might like the board, where you keep track of the points and everything. It'd be interesting to see what it's
All of
made
that's
out
in the
of.
starter set.
Oh, everything. Okay.
Everything,
Yeah,
all
Rob's
of
right.
that.
Yeah.
Rob's absolutely right. You really
Right?
Yeah.
There's
It is
no
first
reason to buy their
And,
and
the reason-
again,
and we're gonna get there, but the reason why Rob is saying this is because you get a better deal for your buck buying
Bang
the
for your
final
buck.
kit. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm-
well, unless you just don't want the models, right?
Sure.
Unless you just literally don't want the models and you just want the new objective cards.
I
that's all
actu-
you want.
yeah.
then yeah.
Actually, I think the one thing worth mentioning is the range half stick does not fit in a range ruler, and that is
Lazy.
irritating.
Yeah,
Lazy.
that sucks. I'm so bummed about that, to be honest.
Like
They're gonna fix that in like a year or two. We're gonna get one that slots in. It's gonna be part of like.
they
an
said they
event
tried
pack.
it and didn't like it, so I can kind of see it from a like I don't know. I objectively I think it's good, but like
You just take a range tool and cut it in half, and
I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna try to make a hole on mine and try to make it fit.
Yeah.
So that way it works. But yeah.
I'm actually curious. I'm actually curious to see if these range tools are the big ones or the little ones.
Yeah, it looks
oh,
small.
I hope they're the
little
big ones.
ones.
I hate the small ones.
It does look small. Nick's right. And when I was looking
Yeah.
at this too, I was like, it looks rather small.
wait, I still have the small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Huh.
right. They do look small.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, do I need to buy an old essentials kit to get big tools?
Yeah.
Because all mine are kind of busted now.
Well, the small ones were bad because they always broke so easily. But moving
Yeah.
on. Q3.
Oh wait, the movement tools look the same. I was wrong.
Yeah. what'd you
they didn't make the flat edges. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
wrong.
I was kind of
I
surprised
just
about that
noticed
too.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
You
really
know why?
makes-
But I
makes
told you. I
sense.
told you why they weren't going to is because of notch bases.
No, but
No, he's right. He's
but-
right.
you don't have to notch it at the end anymore. So
Yeah, you do.
why?
No, on notch bases you do.
You do notch bases. You do.
Oh, I guess that's.
I didn't even
true
think
on the
about that. Yeah,
vehicles.
JR's
Yeah,
right.
You're
Dang.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
you're
that's
right.
why. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Moving on. Q3 2025. We're getting Rebel Alliance Galactic Empire, Separate Alliance, Galactic Republic, and the Mercenary card packs. So
I hate it.
these are all unit card packs. So if you want a Pacific faction,
Did they
you just
say how
buy.
much these are going to cost?
I think
Like
24.
15, it's 15,
15?
50, so no, they gave a range. It's 15.99 to 24.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this now because we're gonna go on the price point. I think AMG did an amazing job keeping the stuff cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did.
I did
So-
The prices were great.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes.
Love it.
So at a certain website where you can print your own cards, it's about $20 to print 100. So depending on how many cards are in here, and by say how many cards, I mean in English, to be clear. Like I don't care about any of the other languages. It's a great deal no matter what, I think, right? Because even if it's 50 cards for $15, like you're still getting official, and that does mean something, right? Like
I wish they offered a mega pack, like with
I agree.
everything.
I wouldn't buy
just
it,
will
but-
one buy.
Well, see, that's the problem. You wouldn't buy it. No one will buy it.
No. I'm saying. I wish it was an option. I'm not the only one with that mindset. Like for me, it's gonna cost me relatively more to buy every individual pack.
Yeah.
Versus
So to
if I
me,
would just
the
have one
more
mega
irritating
pack.
thing, and I'm going to skip forward a little bit, I'm sorry, JR, is that the command cards aren't in these boxes. Because that's the next thing we're going to talk about is command cards.
Yeah.
And I think these need to be talked about together.
Okay.
I don't know why they're not in the same box,
money.
frankly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Right?
So
Like,
what Rob was saying is we're gonna get a Rebel Alliance, Galactic Empire, Separate Alliance, and Galactic Republic
but
command
not
card packs, but not the
mercenary.
mercenary ones, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they're not doing the mercenary ones.
Nothing changes on them. I'm assuming it's because they don't have changes.
No, they
Or-
still should have
Yeah.
changed. Did they say they
No.
were re-releasing the Shadow Collective course? I'm too
So
bad.
here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying they didn't change. Because in Droids and Gar, Airstrike changed. Obi-Wan Kenobi's cards changed. The at range and all that stuff changed. Kalani's name got changed from Super Attack.
Cad
Kick it
Bane's
off of
changed.
Kalani's.
Cad Bane's card changed.
Yeah.
Cad Bane's changed. His 3-pit
For a new?
changed. Yeah.
Did
His
it?
3-pit changed.
It did.
Mhm.
And even if it didn't
yeah.
physically change,
What changed about
the
the 3-pit?
style has changed on everything, right? That's why
Cad-
you're buying these new cards is also for the new style.
Yeah. It also could be maybe just missing from the picture.
Well, what changed about Cad Bane's 3-pit?
It's different. It's worded differently.
Oh,
Is it another within type deal?
don't even
I
get me
just
started
know
on
I just
that.
know it is.
It's just slightly different,
It's
yeah.
completely different. The new format and everything from 2.6.
I mean, it had to be with how the rules changed for round 0 and 1, right? And deployment.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So,
interesting.
I just wanted a
honestly,
big box option. That's it.
honestly, Jose, you're not gonna get a big box. There's no sense to make a big box, and the reason for that is that you're one of a very small percentage of players that play all 4 or
Yeah, that's
consider
true.
5 factions. Like this makes it cheaper for everybody else other than you, which in that case you probably could buy these at different times in your life when you're playing that army, right? Because you don't consider.
Nah, I'm just gonna go to Etsy and get it way cheaper.
And
Sure,
and they're okay
sure.
with that. I
Yeah.
think it's very. I think we should be saying this, right? They don't care if you use their cards anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That's the other thing
for play
too.
and
That's
play.
probably
Which-
why.
Yeah.
They haven't put a lot of this on print and play yet.
April 15th. April 15th.
Everything they said,
All-
everything.
April 15th.
That's
yeah.
when everything
Alright.
gets legalized.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
that's
April 15th.
perfect, right? Like
Yep.
I want to get the actual cards, but I also love proxies, so I'm gonna keep making proxies, but
We're all gonna be print and play for most of the year because we can't even buy these yet.
yeah, Q3, yeah, true.
So, so moving on now. This is what I think is the best news
Oh
for-
my god, this
for
is so
new
insane.
players. Yeah, new players. This is amazing news.
Old players too, like
Sure.
Yep.
AMG.
No, steal.
I gotta tip my
Banger.
hat to you because you keeping the price low. The art's amazing, and what you get in this box is awesome.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go over each box different. Every faction, Shadow Collective is not a faction, has a new recon. I'm gonna call them a recon box because in these
Yeah,
boxes
recon.
you get 600 points. So right off the bat you get to play recon, which I love because you couldn't do that in the old style core boxes.
Yeah, you had to do like weird learning games, which were
Yeah. So this is right off the bat you can play the game, and that's what they said they wanted to
Beautiful.
do. Yeah. These are all 90 points or 90 points.
90
They cost
bucks.
$90.
Wait, did they say 90?
95.
It's 95.
95.
90
Yeah.
oh 95. Okay. But still, these are amazing, and all of these are coming out
Steal.
in Q3 of 2025, and we're gonna go over all of them. And I want you to tell me, guys, if you think it's worth it or not worth it. Which I probably all
Real
worth
quick, I
it.
do want to mention if you buy them locally, Roman's doing 20% off if you pay up front before or
Yes.
pre-order with pay up front. So that's
Yes.
$76. That's a steal.
Yeah. Roman
Steal.
always
Oh my God.
Roman always has the best deals on the box.
Steal.
Yeah.
Roman's the
Yeah,
greatest.
absolutely.
Steal.
In fact, I'm gonna try to do a league leading up to this, and the winner gets one of these.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's my
cool.
goal. That's what I'm gonna try to get in the works.
Just do a recon league.
No, please
It's
no.
fun.
After they come out.
I was
not
thinking
before.
that I was gonna do it.
I know when they come out. I'm saying like just no. I'm saying like do a recon league. Like everybody gets their shiny starters, and that's what you roll
maybe
with.
not a recon league, maybe a starter kit league, right? Like you have to use the starter kits.
Well, the whole point
it's
is
a recon.
the whole point is
600
to
points.
win one of these. And my thing is thinking to do an escalation league, so that way when you get to the finals, you win, with 1,000 points, and you get one of these. But anyways, the first one is the Rebel Alliance starter set. It comes with Commander Luke, 22 Rebel Troopers, 7 Rebel Commandos, and 6 Wookiee Warriors. Nick, do you think this is a good deal?
Well, yes, of course it's a good deal. So
is it a good army?
So yes, this is a good deal. So what you're going to see obviously across all these boxes is that 22 Rebel Troopers is the equivalent of buying 2 core Rebel Trooper boxes.
Right.
1 core Rebel Trooper box retails for $50. Mm-hmm. So this comes with
just in the core,
just one.
Overpriced.
So this comes with 2 core Rebel Trooper boxes. If you buy the 2 core Rebel Trooper box off the shelf, that is $100. This starter set is $100 on its own, and you get everything else you need to play. Hence why it's such a crazy good deal. You get all of this for $100, including the dice and the tools and all the extra units.
Yeah, it's insane.
So it is a crazy good deal. It's one of the best deals in
Is it better? Is it a better deal than Echo Base? Oh, I guess Rebel Veterans kind of are bad.
Isn't yes? So yes, it is, for the pure fact that it gives you everything to play.
Oh, you don't get the tools in Echo Base.
You don't get the tools. You get the dice. You get this is all encompassing. Out the door, you buy this box, you can play the game.
Can I point something out real quick?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give you enough attack or defensive dice.
No.
I think it's only 4 of each color.
But it maybe doesn't give you enough.
So you have to supplement with the dice pack.
I understand it doesn't give you enough that maybe you might have to re-roll. But for a new player,
it's perfect.
That's learning to play the
game.
You
only need 4.
That's not a problem.
You should have You should have the bare minimum used to play. Like
I feel like that.
So
that was
yeah.
The only reason I had that originally is because JR literally threw bags of dice at me.
Yeah, right? but again, for $95.
No, that's a steal. I'm just saying, like, it was a profitable box too.
But that's what I'm saying. That shouldn't even be not even a point.
A dice box is a luxury. You don't need more than 4 dice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not even re-roll some dice for a new player. A new player, not even a problem. They re-roll a couple of dice, like
or they can use their opponent's 4 dice, and now they have 8 of every dice.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
This is a great deal.
Sharing is caring.
This is a super friendly way to get people in the game.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I love. That's what I love about
this. Is low enough that you can go to somebody and say, "Hey, you should get into this game. It's $100, and you're good. You won't have the best thing in the game. You won't have the best army, but you'll be fine." Right?
You have a great start to it, though. You have a great starting army.
And all you need to do is add some more stuff. And I'm gonna skip forward because I think they're all the same, but I want to talk Empire.
Well, that's what I'm. Let me get there. Okay. I always jumping the gun, Rob. Always jumping the gun.
I'm jumping the gun because I want to talk about my stuff. Nobody cares about Rebels here. Rebels aren't fun.
You want to talk about Imperial garbage?
Here we go. The next box for is this Galactic Empire Star.
Beautiful box.
And
lovely
this one,
box.
It comes with Vader.
Better character.
22 Stormtroopers and 14 Scout Troopers.
Great. You don't have to buy Scout boxes. Love it.
Okay. Do you love it because of everything or just the Scouts?
It's a great starter set. Like, Scouts, I imagine, are going to get some sort of change, but even if they don't, they're still a great and fine unit to start off with as a new player. Like just talking axe, right? Like, that Rebel Trooper, so that Rebel set's doing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axe, right? This Empire set is, 7, right? Because it's 1, 2 or 3 from the core, and then an additional 4. So you're at 7. So you're at 7 axe to the Rebels 5. And I think the Rebel Acts are probably overall better except for Vader, but I think this is a great starter kit, right? Like people die on the hill that scouts are the best special forces Empire has. Personally, I think they're kind of whatever, but they're fine, right? And storms are the basis of every Imperial army, right? They're great. So I'm happy with this box. I'm tempted to buy this box even though I don't need any of this stuff. So I might just buy some of the other sets instead, right? Like that B1 set is looking pretty spicy. Droidekas, B2s, B1s, Grievous. I'm kind of sold. But the Empire one, sorry, is great. Like, I think it beats the Rebel one every day.
I love Vader's pose in this. Like, I love the new Vader pose.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so cool.
I like I like Op Vader, the current Op Vader better.
Ah, man, you need a hero pose. You don't need a striking pose. Just give me a cool hero pose. That's all you need.
Sure, that's fair.
That is Q3 and both of them. Q3.
Yeah, both are Q3
and Empire. Then we have Q4 2025.
And they come out real quick. They come out the same time as the customizable commanders, which everybody's going to want to be getting because they're amazing.
Yes. So Q4 2025, we have the Separatist Alliance starter set. And then this one is Grievous, 30 B1 battle droids, 2 droidekas, 9 B2s. Jose, are you excited for this, my man?
I'm excited. I'm buying this box literally so I can just fill out my Invasion Force B1s.
Yeah.
I'll give the dekas to whoever needs them. I'll give the Grievous up. All I want is to not have to pay $150 for 3 B1s. I want to be able to just grab this and be cool with it. Like this box is dope. I mean, I got nothing else to say.
To me, this is the best of the boxes, by the way, by a mile. This is the best box because B1's like Storm's most lists use, but like B1's like every CIS list uses. And like this is all great stuff in the game right now. Like I want to buy this box. Like I'm looking at this like I don't even play this faction, but for $76, like maybe I could use two CIS starter sets and join the dark side, like
yeah, do it.
The best
and I'll take Jose's extra droideka.
No, if you buy in, dude, I'm buying the box. Like I'm gonna pre-order it on Saturday at the event. If you buy into the B1 box, I will. I won't even charge you. You can just have the.
Hey, there you go.
But the best box is the Gar box because of the Obi-Wan model.
Oh, hold on! Don't jump ahead.
I'm sorry.
We're excited. We should have talked about these together.
So the one thing I don't like about the Separatists, and this is just a personal thing for me, is I don't like the pose of Grievous. I love the old Grievous that I have.
Okay.
This is a striking one. I'm not a fan of striking poses. I'm a fan of heroic poses. So yeah, but it still looks cool. Like it's cool pose.
Nobody's gonna use that Grievous after a while though.
Anyway, yeah, probably. This to me. This next one is the best starter set, and I'll get into why. But it's the Galactic Republic starter set. It comes with 22 clone troopers, 7 ARC troopers, 7 ARF troopers, and Obi-Wan, and obviously the generic Jedi that comes with the ARF troopers. What?
I was gonna say, interestingly, this is the only one that has a new unit in it.
Yeah. Which is really good and good bang for your buck.
I might have to get that one too.
The reason why I like this box the most is because as a kid, I loved the Jedi. I was more of a fan. Like now I'm a Sith guy, right? But before I was all for the Jedi. And the whole reason why I would play this game is for the Jedi. And in this one, you get 2 of them. Like sold immediately. Every kid is going to love this just because you get 2 Jedis in it. And that's how it should have been from the start. It's like, hey, this is the Jedi faction. There's all the Jedis. Here you go. Right here. 2 Jedis right off the bat. So I think this is a good idea. Any thoughts on this for you guys?
Obi-Wan model is amazing.
Yeah.
The classic
that's great. Mine's not going to look that good, but
yeah.
I don't know if I want to buy this one too because I already have Nick's old Gar stuff, but it's like I don't know. That CIS says spicy.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is the Rebels have 36 miniatures. The Empire has 37. Gar has 38 miniatures, and then CIS is 39. I don't know if that was calculated or not.
The box, the Gar box is actually like a steal because the ARF troopers alone are like what, $55 a box or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, all of these are great deals. So
Yeah, it's all
anybody,
great
They're
stuff.
losing money or they're barely breaking
no,
even.
whatever they did, I think these are gonna fly off the shelves. Like you're gonna
Oh, they're
have,
gonna fly off the shelves,
Yeah.
but remember, like PS3s, Sony lost like $100 on every PS3, right? Because they're trying to get you into the
sure,
PS3 market. I think that's what they're doing here. Like
yeah,
they said, it's called a loss leader, right? Like
right,
you're losing money on this, but everything else is going to make up for it. So if you're a buyer, you want to buy the loss leader stuff, right? Go to Costco and buy the chicken. Get the
right.
250 hot dog or
I
150
think
hot dog, right? Like
there's no way they keep these things in production for a long
they
time.
have to.
They have to. 'Cause
Nah,
this is
dude,
the starter set.
They're the starter set. This is the most important thing
Yeah.
for them to keep in stock.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
They might
if
raise
it's
the
a, if
price
it's a
after a
platform,
while.
well, even that I'd be okay with. I'm just saying, like, even let's say let's say they're breaking even or taking a loss. Like, I think that once it's been out for about a year or two,
You
then
can't
then
stop.
they
You can't. The second these go out of stock, the game dies.
Yeah, they have to keep in
no,
stock, otherwise you can't bring new players in.
exactly.
Right.
or we're gonna
This
get
is the most like
factions.
this is the only thing
Yep.
that they have to keep in stock.
Right.
Everything else doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't,
Mm.
right? Like
But
Not
obviously
yeah,
it'd
at
be
this.
great
Then
to have
we'll just say
everything.
not.
this
We'll just
this
say
is
not at this
this
price.
box is to
Man.
get you addicted to the game
Mm.
right here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just to get you in. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
I mean,
boys.
realistically, this box is still at $125.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's
Sure.
That's what I'm
90
saying.
bucks
Yeah.
or 95
But
It's
bucks.
gonna
Like,
go up. It's gonna. I just
I
don't think it's gonna stay this way.
I don't know
sure.
but every person that buys this is going to spend another $300, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
and that's what
So,
they're hoping.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, man, I want every one of these boxes. Well, except the Rebel box. I don't care about
The
Rebels.
art are amazing. Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so good.
I wonder
All
if you're
right.
gonna get any posters in there, JR.
No, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna make my own with their art. Okay, moving on. Q3 of 2025, we're getting hard plastic of Han Solo, Chewie, Leia, Op Luke, and Commander Luke. Pretty sweet.
Meh.
Pretty
That's
sweet.
cool. Yeah.
The Luke model's the best.
Q4 of
Which
2025.
Luke model?
The jacket, the leather
Yeah.
jacket.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
got it.
Medal ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Badass
yeah.
model.
Q4 of 2025, we're getting Clone Trooper Marksman. That is going to be the clone's second core option.
So glad they get a range 4 core option.
I get to buy
Yes.
my
And
DC
I bet it-
15 back. Is
And,
that you telling me I get to buy my DC 15 back?
and by the way, I bet they're move 2. You're right. Shores had to be move 1 because they're range 4. These guys are going to be move 2. I guarantee.
They're gonna
you.
get
Oh,
Target.
of course they
oh,
are.
let them have
Oh,
Target.
dude, that would be
Yeah.
so
Let 'em
bad.
have
Like,
Target.
And they're going to have, what is it, prepared position? They're going to have that too.
oh yeah, of course they are.
Target-
Because why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Right?
Target crit 1. Like, oh,
Gar,
dude.
Gar is AMG's special little child. Like,
So, yeah. Moving on, Q4 2025, we're getting the ARCS hard plastic. Now, two things to note here is there's no more flight stands, so you either love or hate that. And they
excited.
also got rid of the
Yeah.
jetpack upgrade. No longer.
Not yet. 15th. The 15th.
Well,
They're still legal.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're still legal
Yeah.
to the 15th, but
15th.
they're getting rid of that upgrade. And you no longer get 5s and Echo in the ARCS box.
Oh,
makes
where do you
sense.
get them? Oh, I guess you get them with Rex.
A duo pack.
Yeah.
No,
Get
that's
the
a duo
501st.
pack.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh,
We'll get
okay.
there.
Back, yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
but yeah, you no longer get them in there. So cool. That's a cool option. Now,
That made
this-
sense though.
this next one's spicy, and I'm all for
Eh.
it.
I'm kind of
So-
whatever.
We're
Yeah,
getting-
we can skip these.
In Q4 of 2025, we are getting General Grievous on a wheel bike. That is amazing. I can't wait
Meh.
for that.
Mm.
And
That's
then
gonna be sick.
Q1 of 2026, we're getting personal wheel bikes, which they have BXs and Magna Guards on them. And they said that there's going to be 2 in a unit, so kind of like STAP riders. And then they said that it's going to be its own battle force.
Speed demons.
I
Speed
don't want
demons.
to. I don't want to
Yeah.
play against that.
So,
That doesn't
so
sound
I have
fun.
I have a question real quick. So, Jer, Do you think, because they're vehicles, they're in wheel bikes, they're in vehicles. So do you think this is going to be a commander, like Grievous is going to be a commander
Yes.
unit, but instead of having like your traditional health, he's going to have a break point since it's a vehicle technically?
Sure. Yeah, I think so because
Yeah,
they
should be a vehicle. Should be
yeah
should be a
yeah
vehicle.
they technically already done
Speed
this
3?
with yeah it's gonna be
Yeah.
I can see speed 3. I can see this thing having scale, because
Bro, if
that's how it
it's
works.
speed 3, it's going to be so obnoxious, bro.
Can I say
Just
something that Nick said earlier?
just like Chewie in the ATST, right?
Yeah,
It's a vehicle.
that's the
Yeah.
Chewie's technically an
But he's not obnoxious.
Yeah, can I say something Nick said earlier?
Go for
I
it.
feel like they wasted their time on these. These are I don't see why
Oh,
like they have other characters they could have added.
Wrong.
This
We're gonna get Obi on the
is
lizard. That's what
lame.
this does. We get Obi on the lizard in the future.
Now-
I don't really care about that either. Like
People have been screaming for mounted characters since day one.
sure.
Han
We've had them
Han.
and like you can get what Alaya what is her name? Alaya Sakura and a Gav. Like
Secure.
Yeah,
Bias,
but this
yeah.
is more
Model.
personal. Like, okay, now it's probably going to be like the Chewy ATSC that we have. But do you guys think there's a chance that if you destroy the vehicle, like the character
No.
pops out?
No.
oh no, please no. That would be
You're
awful.
hoping
that'd
to-
be I am
into a
hoping
spin
to.
to
No.
win.
Yeah,
It would have to be 400 points. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like no.
And I don't want to burst your bubble, JR, about the battle force, but you do remember when Geonosians came out, they also said you were going to get a Geonosian battle force. And
That's true. That's you are
No.
correct. You are correct. But honestly, I'm okay if they're not in the battle force because I would rather run this in just the main faction. Like I feel like
right.
the battle force limits them to being played, which is probably what you want to do because they might be overpowered. But if they don't put it in battle force, I think it's going to cause a problem.
I don't think they're going to be battle force only. Nothing is battle force only in
That's
this
not
game.
true. Shadow
Shadow
Collective.
Collective. All,
What?
all
Yeah.
Chewy and ATST.
Blizzard Force.
Sure.
I
No,
can't play
but the
him.
model. So the model though, you can use
Lugray?
it as an ATST. What?
Lugray.
Logray and Wicked.
They're-
You got me.
Yeah.
Logray. They're
Well,
the only
Wicked-
thing though.
Wiki you can use in Rebel
So, but
faction.
Logray is only in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
um,
the troopers and Blizzard Force.
Well, he's
the,
talking about just
storms.
unique.
like
models.
minis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To be clear, minis, right? Like
Minis.
yes, you have Chewie and ATST, but it's an ATST. Use that in
Sure,
Empire,
right.
right? But
Super
Logray,
Commandos.
yeah.
The Super Commandos you can only play in Shadow.
Gar
Collective.
Saxon's a battle force
what?
only.
The Super Commandos for Shadow Collective.
Oh, you can't run them anywhere. Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Gar
okay,
too.
there's a couple things.
Now I don't like that because it's funner to be able to take models into other things, but I don't like the limitation. But I understand the limitation, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is gonna be dope. You guys are gonna get ran over by these things consistently.
I'm
Please, man.
buying them too. I'm pumped.
Q1 of 2026, we're getting Han and Luke on Tauntauns. Nick, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Can we
He's gonna
get
have
can we
three
get a
dice.
freezing Luke
I'm
stuck in a tauntaun? Like
so we'll see. I'm not excited for it, but okay. I'll see what they're like.
You're gonna get Tauntaun with deflect.
Oh
I
no.
guess.
And you're not gonna
Maybe.
have to put Luke in a speeder car. You could just his own personal ride.
I guess we'll
By
see.
the way,
if they're fun, then yeah, I'll be interested in playing them.
I do think it's worth noting that we're not really getting anything else for the end of the year except for the customized kits and the that speeder bike. Right? That's it for the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Everything.
Those are the
everything
only
else-
two new things as we get.
Yeah.
Again, we were getting so much. I'm not complaining, right? But new things, we're getting customizable commanders, which are gonna be great. I'm gonna love them, and Grievous on a bike.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So everything else is next year, which is kind of sad, but customizable kit. Like I thought Empire was getting nothing until the end of the year, so I'm glad we're getting something.
Customizable kits, I'm all for it. Yeah, baby. Okay, moving on.
Move on.
Yeah,
Rob,
next year.
You got to be excited for the next thing we're going to talk about. In Q1 of 2026, you're getting Imperial probe droids that have a detachment special forces.
Love it, dude. It's gonna
self-destruct.
So can a detachment be on a detachment? Can I run like these on the scout? Like on the scout, like if I'm running 6 scouts, can I have 6 of these?
I hope so. I really do hope so. That would be
so if I'm running 6 scouts and then I'm running a death trooper and then I'm running an IRG, can I have 8 of these?
I don't think you could do that.
Yeah, you can with Krennic and Palpatine.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm not saying I will, but they're cool. Like I like them. Like
he's bringing his own droid army.
Yeah.
It's important to note that these are just like spiders in that there's 2 in a box, but one is considered one unit. So you're
Yeah,
getting two.
I don't actually.
I hate
So
that.
what I think they're going to be, and why I think they're going to be awesome, is they're going to be cheap acts. And as long as like everything else in this game so far, they can contest POIs,
They're not going to be cheap acts. They're attached to a unit. Oh no, wait, never mind. Never mind. You're right. You're absolutely
right? But
right.
they're an additional
Yeah.
act.
Yeah, you're right.
So you get, so like if they're a cheap act, I can just throw on that random POI in the back of the board. Love it.
Do you guys
if they're
remember when
one of
they
the
got
thing
rid
that
of,
can contest my base, love it.
Do you remember when they got rid of being able to take strike teams on your own because it was just cheap act filler?
2.6.
No, I get that. I'm just saying the whole point of
Oh, that was
they
before I
don't-
started playing.
They
Sorry.
they didn't want cheap act filler, and now we're getting cheap.
Well,
No,
act filler.
yeah, that was just
technically-
2.6.
Technically, they're not, right? Because you have to take a special forces. That's the tax, right?
Right.
And you still need your minimum core, right? So it's still taxing to take them.
I don't even think you can currently fit just those 8 units I mentioned, right? You
Right.
points wise, they don't fit,
Right.
right? Because you need to have too much extra stuff.
And then what Jose alluded to earlier is that these come with self-destruct, and they are reworking self-destruct.
Mm.
Now, I listened to Gray Squadron's interview with Will Schick, and he made a comment that I don't know if anyone picked up on that, and I can't remember what he said, quote for quote, but it sounded like he's saying if this thing blows up, it's going to hit your guys as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, like,
yeah,
it might be a double-edged sword, like, oh, these guys can self-destruct, however they self-destruct, but if they're also near your guys,
does self-destruct not hit your own guys right now?
No, they do, but I'm saying, like, it seems
No,
like so
it's an
self-destruct.
attack.
Hold on, self-destruct. You have to do it as a free action to self-destruct, right?
On your activation.
Right. I think this one, if they die, they blow up.
I sure hope that's not what they change it to. That would be.
I think that's what they changed. I think that's what they're changing it. That's my theory.
Oh,
on
spiders are going to be
self-destruct.
so much worse for no reason.
Oh, I'm gonna love that. That's gonna be amazing. Just slap a flamethrower on them and just go down the throat.
Bleh.
But like if you're paying for a cheap act, I can see
Sure.
these guys going like. I think they're gonna also have incognito.
Yeah, I don't think you need a lot of these for the record, right?
Yeah.
I just think you need
These
one or
will
two.
not have incognito.
You don't think so?
No.
That'd be too good, by the
Pro-
way.
Well,
Literally, Darth Balls have incognito.
And you have to
No.
have Darth Maul for them, not a 48-point scout trooper.
But that's only one unit.
Darth Mauls have incognito because you don't necessarily know what that droid is doing. Everyone knows what an Imperial probe droid is doing.
But that's why I think it's gonna have incognito, because literally it's gonna be one unit. It's probably gonna have like 2 health. Your job is to just throw it at your opponent. Your opponent has to go within range 1 to shoot it, and boom.
But no,
Spit
but that's
it
what
on
I'm
the
saying. I
POIs.
don't need to go within range 1 to shoot a probe droid. I know what a probe droid is doing. I know what a probe droid is. I know what
Yeah.
an Imperial probe droid is.
Yeah.
I don't need to go within range 1 to shoot it.
What if
As
it's
soon
on a
as I see
POI?
As soon as I see it a mile away, I'm gonna shoot the Imperial probe droid. I know what it is.
Not if it has incognito.
It shouldn't have incognito. I know what an
Can't-
Imperial
wait.
probe droid is.
Anyways,
It's also giant.
Talk about the
compared
most
to
important
Marvel.
thing in the room.
Hold on.
We move on?
Isn't Imperial droids? Can't they camouflage?
No.
Is that not lore?
No.
No.
Really?
No.
I thought as a
No.
kid
Look
they
at you and your
camouflage.
OP wishful thinking.
You know, it's
You want
there.
to be
It's there.
you want them to be free too, huh?
Yes, always. All right, moving on.
This is what we need to talk about. Thrawn.
Yes, Rob. We're getting Imperial High
No tag.
Commanders. We're
Yeah.
getting Tag. We're getting Thrawn.
That was
Thrawn.
We're getting I'm breaking on these other names.
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
Arkin.
And then what's the other guy's name?
Krennic.
Krennic.
Krennic. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. Thrawn is gonna be sick. All the stuff people have come up for him, like pulling the strings, is the one I love the most. You know, if he's like 120 points and he is pulling the strings, like let's do it.
Old pull the strings.
Pulling the strings, yeah.
Pull strings never changed. by the
Oh
way.
no, it's the relentless shit that changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tarkin will be cool. Like I hope Tarkin has a Death Star. That'd be great.
Ends the game immediately.
Both players lose. Can be played in tournaments.
What I love about Tarkin being a playable character is that means now anybody that flew a ship could be a playable character. The little arachnophobia guy in CIS could be a playable character. Yeah.
Arachnophobia. That's being scared of spiders.
That's
the
not.
word is
I
arachnid.
know.
Arachnid.
Thank you. Rob's my official, correction guy.
Yeah, word guy. But
there
Man, I was just so sad when they announced him because I'm like, why they got to be so far out? Like, I want him now.
But
I'm
that's Q1 of
excited.
2026. That's the beginning of next year.
And you're talking
They
about
announced him
Admiral
last
Trench.
year.
Okay.
Yes, I am talking about Admiral Trench.
Admiral
Listen,
Trench. Okay.
I'm not good with names, all right? So we'll just move on from there.
He doesn't have a
No,
lightsaber.
I'm
Why would he
excited.
know
It's
his
gonna be
name?
cool.
Yeah.
I the weirdest thing here is like I think Veers should have been in here too, right? I know they're doing Veers and Vader, but yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Yeah,
Gonna be cool.
they're gonna be awesome. I'm excited for you guys. I'm really excited for Thrawn and Tarkin. Like I think that's gonna be pretty cool
Yeah.
on the thing. The next thing for Q1 26 is Hero of the 501st. And this
Oh,
one
this is where those guys are.
you're
Okay.
getting Anakin, Rex, Obi-Wan, and then Echo and Fives in this box. Makes sense.
Nice.
Hero pack.
Cool.
Buy it. Also in Q1 2026, you're getting 3D object of tokens. Now, Nick, I agree with you on this one. This is the
What is
one
Nick?
where
What did Nick say?
well, this one I think they could have spent their time elsewhere. Like this is cool, but this is not necessary, right?
No, this is necessary.
No.
This is
Actually, I
necessary.
just so real quick, Jared, real quick,
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
Can I go first, Nick?
Sure, you can go.
All right. When Nick is complaining about time, he's talking about the balance team's time.
Yeah.
That is completely different, right? The modeling team side, this is what they do,
Yeah.
right? They don't.
This took no time.
Yeah, this is, and even if it did take time, it's fine because this is good. Am I going to buy it? Maybe, right? They look cool, but they're a model company. This is their stuff, right? They have great modelers. Put them to work making like little stuff, right? I mean, this does not take nearly as much time as a sculpt for like any character, right? Yeah. Anyway, what are you saying, Nick?
They're cool.
Yeah. This didn't take time to balance. They just made some cool sculpts, and we need official POIs in this,
Which we have now.
Which we
We'll have.
are gonna. Well, we are gonna get in this core box. We're gonna get regular cardboard ones, right? But here's some fancy ones we're gonna have, and I think these are cool. Let's get some fancy POIs. I'm gonna buy this box. I'm not gonna buy that crappy, generic piece of crap commander they made, but I'm gonna buy these POIs.
Yeah, do it.
I hope they do faction specific ones.
Probably not.
For fun.
Yeah, that doesn't.
For fun.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Why not?
Q1 of 2026.
Why not? Because how do you make a faction specific?
You could paint them.
Han Solo and Carbonite.
Carbonite would be cool.
Okay,
sure. An Imperial probe droid in snow, like on Hoth. Like
okay, like those don't seem like POIs to me though. Right, like a POI is something you are trying to interact with, right? Like you have a console there, right? You've got like a weird thing. I don't know what it is. Like not kryptonite or not kryptonite.
Forget
carbonite.
All that. Forget
right?
all that. I want to get to Hondo.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I will say I do like that they have the ice cream bucket and the objectives tokens. That's pretty cool.
So dumb.
Ice cream? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Yes, what Nick alluded to is we are finally getting Hondo and his
great choice.
And the Wheelay Pirate.
Yes.
Weequay. Yeah.
So,
I am excited. I don't know if he's gonna be good, but I am excited.
I don't care that if he's good. I hope he's crappy because I'm gonna play him.
I honestly think he's gonna be super fun. He could potentially have a competitive edge, but we'll see. Because let me read his stats. So he's an operative. He has got the pirate
mercenary
symbol? Mercenary. He could go into any army.
Any faction. All 4 factions.
Thank you. Yep. He has Arsenal X, and I'll get to the X later. He has Disengage, Independent Dodge X. My mood is based on Profit, Nimble, Reliable X, Uncanny Luck X. He has 5 health, Courage X. He doesn't surge up or down.
Courage X.
And he's throwing white saves. He's Speed 2. His melee
Speed should have been X. That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. His cunning or his gun. What's that? How do you say that word?
Weequay's cunning.
Weequay's cunning is range melee to 1. There's 3 blacks, and then his Hondo blaster range 1 to 2, which is 1 white, 3 black, and has versatile. He only comes with 2 command cards, which is on point for what I've been saying about operatives. They don't get the 3.
That we know of.
Correct. That's correct. His 3 pip is stories, so many of them true. It's only the Hondo. This round, when an ally unit begins its activation on the battlefield and within one of Hondo Hakanaka, if he has a face
Tanaka.
if he has a face-up order token, and if he is not panic, Hondo may gain 1 suppression token. If he does, the activated unit gains 1 aim, 1 dodge, or 1 surge token.
So good. I'll
And-
pair that with Vader with infinite courage.
So this is sort of, but sort of good. Sort of.
yeah, so
The unit has to be within 1.
Okay, assuming
yeah.
they.
That's gonna be hard.
We'll talk about the within thing later. Assuming
Yeah.
within means turn at. It's
Yeah,
good.
I've heard you
Yeah.
guys talking about that. I don't know why you think that's changing.
Well, let me. I want to pick.
They
Rob's-
want it to change.
No, I want to pick Rob's brain on this because we're gonna get into it later. But
Okay.
he also has a two
later, as in not on this cast tonight.
Yes.
He has-
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Yeah, he has a 2-pip. That's just good business. It's for Hondo and 1 other unit. This round, Hondo cannot be suppressed or panic and may perform a free move action during his activation. The first time Hondo moves into melee with the enemy unit this round, after the move to resolve, Hondo removes all suppression tokens on him, and that enemy unit gains that tokens removed. Then that enemy unit removes all green tokens on them, and Hondo gains the tokens removed. That sounds fun.
That's fun.
So
It pairs great with the 3-pip, right? Do the 3-pip, then the 2-pip. Like, again, pair it with Vader for infinite courage.
mhm.
Beautiful.
Now, the X is his new. I believe it's his keyword. My move is based on profit. Is
Yes.
his X is determined by the pip card you play.
Yes.
So
that's what they
if
said.
you play standing orders, he has Arsenal 4, which I don't know why he would need that. Dodge 4, Independent Dodge 4, Reliable
Beautiful.
4, Uncanny Luck 4, and Courage 4.
Yep.
That sounds so much fun.
I hope
also
he has a way to get. Oh,
Yeah, but also
Sorry.
when you play your 1-pip, it's all 1s, and he's
Yes.
courage 1. So that's also what you have to think about.
I
Yep.
really hope he has a way of getting. Like, he needs a comm slot so he can get rid of these orders on his card because he's relying a lot on that independent dodge.
Sure.
Well, you don't
Two
have
is
to
good.
bring his cards too. I mean, you don't have to order him.
No. I like his cards, right? I'm just saying, like, I want to play his cards. I'm hoping he has a comm slot like Boba. He can get rid of it.
He
I
probably
just-
will. He'll probably will. He'll probably have
I
one.
love that AMG has made it to where we want to play standing orders now, aside from turn 1.
Yeah.
Like that just oh man, brilliant. I
Oh,
think that's
guess
so
who has
brilliant.
a 4-pip, by the way?
That's okay.
Ahsoka.
That's true. That's true.
So does Sunfac.
yeah.
CIS.
Fun fact, that's too. That's too.
So that, I mean, courage 4 dodges, reliable 4, uncanny luck 4. Like, good luck.
What happens if you play Han's 0-pip?
If they're all 0s, I guess.
That would
Courage
be
0.
fun.
Wait, what happens if you're courage 0?
That's
they-
a forums question. We gotta ask.
Yeah,
the
wait.
forum.
I think isn't that treated as a 1-pip for your command hand?
Yeah,
So
but you
it's
go
a-
up.
No,
you
no,
go
it
up-
doesn't say command.
Yeah,
Oh, we
you
don't
go up
know.
I guess that's
official.
true.
Yeah,
There's
you go
no
up official.
pip on it.
You know, they'll
Yeah.
probably rule it that's a 1. That's probably what they'll rule. It's a 1.
Oh, I hope not.
Well,
I
we
hope they
need-
rule that's a 0. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Because honestly, I don't see you running Hondo with Han, right? There's no reason.
No, I don't either, but I think it'd be
Yeah.
really funny if there's a command card that automatically panics you.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Because I don't think they're going to do the like stack overflow thing where courage 0 is the same as courage infinite, though that would be hilarious.
That would be interesting.
Um,
So I gotta ask then, Nick, are you getting Hondo?
Oh heck yeah, I'm getting Hondo.
Are you
Heck
gonna
yeah.
Are you gonna get the pirates?
Well, yeah. Well, yes, he comes with the pirates. So yes,
Oh, he
well,
comes
they're
with
going to
the
be
pirate.
different boxes.
Oh, are they? Look
Yeah,
like-
separate
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah.
Oh, they
Oh, are they not?
No, they're not going to package Hondo in his own box. So
So the
Oh.
reason I
mean-
think
Hmm.
it's a separate box is because the
Oh,
pirates.
no, it's
go in
definitely not a
Shadow
separate
Collective.
box.
No, it's not. They're
No,
not
no,
going to sell
wait.
characters.
Jose,
in
you
one
can
box.
literally see him in the picture for the weekly
Yeah.
pirates.
It's Hondo's coming with the
Yeah.
pirates.
Oh no, my bad. Because you can build Hondo not as Hondo.
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
build them as a leader.
Yeah.
So here's my
Yeah.
thing.
So
I hate it. Oh, sorry, Nicholas, not go hard.
yeah. So no, yeah, I'm definitely buying Hondo. I'm definitely getting weekly pirates. I really like this. The only thing I don't like about Hondo is he's an operative, and I have so many operatives. So many operatives.
You can always play him in Shadow Collective.
No,
so,
you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you
No, you
yeah,
can't.
Oh, you're right. You can't. You're right.
That's the
Yeah.
problem I want to get into.
Yeah. So I do love this card though. I love that it's crazy. I love that it's up and down. Um, I'm curious about the points. Curious how many points, because I don't think he's like super crazy good, but I don't think
He doesn't
he's
seem that
bad.
good.
But I don't think he's bad either. But obviously, it's very variable, right? Because he's gonna go
Yeah.
up and down. Points is gonna be really a big piece. The operative slot's really killing me though, especially playing Rebels. I wish he was a different slot.
He can't. Okay, but he can't be in any other slot. Arguably, he's
Well,
not
so
a commander.
but no, but he's Hondo. Hondo Anaka should have been like
Hmm.
something. Hondo Anaka. So
Maybe no slot or
this is
something.
where if they didn't spend so much freaking time
Oh,
making those other
come
crappy
on.
boxes,
No, you can't blame that.
Hondo should have been associate
No.
anything. Yes. Yes,
No.
Hondo is one of
No.
those characters
Works
that
for everybody.
he just tags along with anybody and just comes
The
along
money.
and is
He
just
does.
part. He just
You
weasels his
can't do
way
that.
in.
That's too good.
But that's the thing.
How?
It would have been fine. They just made Ahsoka an associate. Like
Well,
what the? Who
Well, no, no.
cares?
Associate Anakin makes a like. You're not sending. Okay, like realistically, in lists, there are going to be a lot of lists without Anakin.
I don't.
But like, you're not
but he's
sending
literally an
Ahsoka
associate
in without
this is-
with
Anakin.
everybody.
This is a
He works with
five.
everybody.
This is a
That's his thing.
5 health white save
No surge save.
max range to attack. Sometimes will be 1 courage unit. This
Yeah.
guy's not changing the game.
This guy screams so much fun.
He's gonna be so much fun, but he's not
Yeah.
changing the game. He's not
No.
changing it. He's gonna be fun. That's what I'm saying.
He's
And so-
changing the game and like, oh, what's he gonna do? What's gonna happen?
Yeah. So that's what
See,
I'm
the
saying.
thing is, like, if Hondo does get into my lines, I'm not scared. So
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Till he
It's
has
not
Arsenal
for-
4.
It's a bummer for a
Arsenal
fun
4.
for a fun unit that I'm losing that opera spot. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
So
but I do like Hondo. I'm playing him. I'm definitely buying him and playing him. Yes.
So 2 things about this is that Hondo, I'm so bummed. We better get a pirate battle force then, because I wanted to run him in Shadow Collective because that's all the mercenaries you can run. And
Mhm.
now that I found out you can't put him Shadow Collective, then we better be getting a pirates battle force because I wanted to just run all pirates. I thought that would be
So
hella fun.
here's the
You
thing
might,
that,
yeah.
that here's the thing that bothered me about that. So his pirates and his tank are Shadow Collective, but he isn't. So the thing that sucks is JR was talking about how battle forces restrict what you do. Well, this is the inverse. Because he's a mercenary that doesn't go in the mercenary faction, he is now limited because you run him in a list and that list may or may not be able to take his pirates, but even then you can only take 2. But then when you play Shadow Collective, you can take as many pirates as you want, but you can't take Hondo. And that's where I think Hondo would have been a little better suited. Like if you were gonna make him like not an operative, give him something like Maul where he could be a commander. But the fact that he can't be put into the actual Shadow Collective with his pirates, like, kind of bums me out.
Did I
So-
miss something? Why he can't be in Shadow Collective?
They
Because
said
they
that
would
he-
never
straight up
allow
said
him.
he's
So
not.
Will Schick said that he's not going to be able to be in Shadow Collective.
Oh, they said
They
there's
said
no,
that.
there's not
They
gonna
literally
happen in
said
Battle
it,
Force.
yep.
Yeah, they said
And he also said that the reason for that is lore based because the Shadow Collective would not let him tag along because
no
he's too
Hondo.
crazy.
They said Hondo wouldn't join in Maul because he's too smart for that.
Yep, that is true. Hondo would not be part
No,
of
they
Shadow.
said the opposite.
No, go watch it. Go watch it again.
Okay,
But
okay.
check it out. I got 2 things about
Yeah.
this. So I really hope he has an armament for 3 more guns because he can get Arsenal 4, right? But
That would be kind of cool.
I think you can get. So what happens if you go against Seventh Sister, and now we'll get to it, Callus, and you play Standing Order, and there's a Interrogate, making it a 5-pip.
Oh, that's
Huh?
fun.
So he would have Arsenal 5, Independent Dodge 5, Reliable 5, Uncanny
Like the
Luck
old
5.
pirate shows, he's a
Yeah.
jacket full of freaking
Yeah.
guns.
He would be the first character to have Courage 5. That would
That's
be
fun.
crazy. That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like there's infinite courage or anything.
Sure. Moving on. Not only are we getting Hondo and the pirates, but we're also getting a pirate tank,
Which is going to go in
Um,
Rebels.
which Is it gonna go Rebels?
I think they said so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be
Yeah.
Rebels.
Is it? I think he said it's gonna go. He thinks he knows it's gonna. Will Shick said that at least 2 other armies.
Yeah.
And it is Shadow Collective because you could run this. You could
Mhm.
put Black Sun or Pikes as the gunner. But I'm gonna make it a pirate because that's cooler.
Oh yeah.
He definitely said that it's gonna be a glass cannon,
Ugh,
so that's gonna be fun too.
no.
I'm excited. You're not excited for this, Jose?
I was excited until I heard the glass cannon part. Like if I'm playing a tank, I want a damn tank.
But a glass
I'm
cannons
not
are
playing
fun
a
because it's gonna
I'm
do
not
hella damage.
if you yeah, if it doesn't get jumped on first, which Grievous on a motorbike, bang, dead. Probably highly unlikely, but still, Grievous on a motorbike. If it's a glass cannon, it's gonna be messed up. Other things too is like it's a glass cannon, and here comes Nick with 2 freaking air speeders and all those 6 dice and a weak point. Like I don't my tanks, I want tanks. I don't want like the AA5 is a speeder truck. It's a truck. The LAT is a helicopter. It's a helicopter. I want my tanks to be tanks. I don't want a glass cannon. I want something that's hardy, throws just decent amount of dice, and that just if I need it to just be just a fixture on a point that can take some abuse, I want a tank. I want a tank. I don't want a transport. I don't want a van. I don't want a helicopter. I don't want a wooden boat. I want a tank.
I
So
want this.
I was
I want
hyped.
this.
I was
want this.
hyped,
Yeah, we
and
have that in the
then
game. Like it's called a saber.
yeah, but not in Shadow Collective.
Yeah, you do.
I want
It's
a
called a
tank.
bus. Like,
No, that's
like okay,
I
I'm
want a
sorry, but
tank.
like
A bus and a tank are
the
two
thing
different
about a
things.
tank that makes it a tank is not that it doesn't take a lot of damage. It's that it also shoots a lot, right? Like that's what makes tanks scary is the big old gun in front.
I really hope this has barrage. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be
No,
cool.
it won't have that.
Yeah,
No, no,
that'd be
no, it
cool.
won't have that. That's
It's
more of
not.
a
It's like
that's a military vehicle. This won't. This will be.
this is like a skiff
Yeah.
on steroids.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be like that. I do like this though. I'm buying this.
This would be cool.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
buying it, but I'm not gonna be thrilled about having it.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. They have a release schedule of all of the units that are going to be made. A lot of them are going to be hard plastic in 2026. The last one for this year are ARCs, Kashyyyk Kashyyyk Wookiee Warriors, the
Yep.
AAT, the ATST Walker, and the Saber Tank. So if you're looking to get hard plastic for like Dooku or Asajj, that's Q3, Darth Maul's Q4. So you're gonna have to wait a bit. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, are we talking about the full reissue schedule yet, or
Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now.
yeah? There's a lot of stuff missing,
Yeah.
like a
There is.
lot. I've like some big ones that stick out to me. Boba Fett's not there, right? You have old man Boba, but not young Boba. Palpatine and Rogue Guards, Jin, Rebel Pathfinders, Bosk. Like, there's a lot of stuff missing there, and it's kind of
Well, is getting a
rework, but she's not getting a
yeah.
reissue,
Hard plastic.
right? So it's just kind of like, where is the rest
What's
of the
that
stuff?
we know of so far?
Well,
That
Right,
maybe.
because this is all the stuff through 2026,
Yeah.
right? So we're not getting another Palpatine till 2027. That's a long time.
you're gonna get Sheev for the CIS. Or not
Yeah.
CIS for
For Gar,
for
yeah,
Gar.
yeah. But I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff missing, and I'm a little bit worried.
I feel like this is going to be either they're going to add stuff to Q4
Yeah.
of 2026 or it's going to bleed
Sure.
into 2027.
Well, we still got mini extravaganza, which they said they're gonna announce some more
Yeah.
stuff and add stuff. So we're not completely done yet. This is
Yeah.
just the first part of the hype cycle.
Okay. And the last thing we're going to talk about, Nick. We finally know what Jyn Erso does. So I'm going to go through all three of these because they revealed Agent Callus
Is he gonna
and
cry
Mando.
again?
So we're going to
Look
need some
at-
spicy takes. Jyn is an operative. She's got 5 health, courage 3. She surges to crit, surges to defend, white saves, speed 2. She now has agile 1, disengage, independent move, infiltrate, nimble, sharpshooter 1. Her melee is suppressive with 4 blacks. Her range looks to be 1 to 2, and you can't see anything else. It's red and white, but we don't know the number.
It's 3 red, I bet, and 1 white.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna have Pierce?
I bet she
They
used
took
to be 2 red, 1 white Pierce. They took away the Pierce and gave her 1 more red, like they did with like Leia and whatnot. So she's
right.
probably 3 red, 1
Ooh.
white, no Pierce.
Yeah.
So then
Oof.
Agent Callus is also an operative with
Well, can we
5
just talk
health.
about Jin?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you-
Jen,
Yeah,
this is.
we could talk
Oh,
yeah.
about
Usually you're the one I'm the one jumping ahead. I want to talk about just Jin here.
okay,
So,
okay.
Jin.
Well, hold on. We need to get the man himself, Nick.
yeah.
Go ahead. What you got?
Speechless.
There's
That's
lots of
good.
words.
Oldest.
What?
So,
Hey, hold on. Nick
He's
wants,
cussing.
yeah,
He muted. He's cussing.
he wants us to say a cuss word so bad. He really does.
so we knew a lot of these keywords
Mhm.
because they pretty much what they said.
Yep.
We didn't know what her attack dice were going to be. They're crap.
They're worse, right?
No, they're the same. They're the same. She throws 4 black now, suppressive and melee. That's what
Okay.
she throws now. We wondered about the danger sense because they didn't say danger sense. They
Oh,
took
yeah.
away her danger
Oh, they
sense.
Yeah.
wait. So how is
did.
she gonna live?
Exactly.
Wait, what?
And
No
it's-
danger sense?
Yeah,
It
no,
took
she has
away her
agile.
danger
She has
sense.
agile. That's how she lives.
What?
Yeah.
No!
So okay,
Hold
okay.
on, hold on, hold on.
Real quick,
And she-
real quick, real
and-
quick.
Oh, she's not
They-
gonna have a command slot anymore.
And they took away health. They took away health.
They did.
She's 5 health instead of 6.
Oh, this is brutal.
The only reason she would even survive is because of her danger sense.
Wait, and she's an operative now, right?
She's an operative now.
Operative slot.
She's an operative now, so unless she
Yeesh.
keeps her command slot, her courage 3 is worthless.
Yeah.
Because and now if even she has a command slot, I have to spend on inspiring presence to be able
Right.
to use her courage.
Yep.
So her
Or
health
vigilance.
dropped. She has no danger sense. So she's throwing 4 black. So
In melee
in melee,
with
she's
no
only-
immune pierce.
she's no mean pierce. She still only can shoot range 2. I get it. They gave her disengage. They gave her independent move.
Wait, she doesn't have a range 3 gun anymore?
So okay, so let's
No,
let's talk about
well-
what she does have for a second, right?
Okay.
Because that's let me
I will talk. Oh no. I will talk about what she
but
does.
she had a
have.
range 3 gun.
Hold on.
She
Let,
had.
let it, yeah.
I will talk about what she does have. Yes, they gave her a lot of fancy stuff that she can do. She can independent move. She can disengage. She's got agile. She's got nimble. So she can do some fancy things and bounce around
which
and move around the battlefield.
I think
which-
it's really important to note, right? Nimble plus agile is a really good combo. Paired with
Which-
independent move is a really, really good combo.
Okay, great. I'll have 2 dodges. Whoop-de freaking do when I'm range 2 from your army and I'm getting slapped in the face with 12
Fair.
dice.
Yeah.
Commandos
I have
are like,
2
nice dodge
dodges.
there, buddy.
I'm rolling 10 white saves and on 5 health. I'm dead. I'm so close to you I can't use backup. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be too close.
Yeah.
I will be able to take 1 attack. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 attacks. Maybe. 1 attack, I'm dead. 1 attack. And so what? Am I supposed to sit on a back point and do nothing? I guess I could do it. But then why do I have independent move?
Wait,
And
how does
all this
independent
other-
independent move work with the start of the game? Like, do you have to deploy?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
doesn't. So it just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Cool.
So
Yeah, this is
I don't understand what this card does. Now, okay, so she's 90 points today.
if she's like 50 points, that's great.
I guess if she's 50 points or 60 points, okay. I guess she's 60 points, sure. I guess I could put her on the board for 60
Wait,
points.
we
if
know
she
she's
dies,
60
then-
points, or you guys guessing?
No.
No, I'm just guessing.
It's
She's
just
just
saying,
a
90
yeah.
gross
today.
estimation.
Okay.
She's 90 today. She's 90 points today.
Mm.
The danger sense is what kills me because, as everyone I think knows here that has played against Jen and played me, the only reason she would ever sometimes live is because danger sense.
Right.
Because I would get to roll the extra dice and
Mhm.
I could make her, she would survive like a shot,
Right.
right? And like she could actually live. That if they took that away, I don't
Well, they
know.
did take that away.
Well, they did.
It's not there.
I mean, unless for some reason they put it on a command card, would be just the stupidest freaking thing ever. If
Oh,
that's
maybe
what
it's
they
a
did.
divulge.
Doesn't her card one of her
Okay.
cards give danger sense?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Maybe it's like
That's
she
Cassian,
divulges and
sorry, that's
loses
Cassian's card.
infiltrate.
Okay, If they put
gains
it
danger
on a
sense.
card to divulge, then that's the stupidest thing. Why'd they do that? I don't know why would that even be a
You're
thing?
just making him
Why does
angry.
Vader have to do it for infiltrate?
That actually
'Cause
makes
he'd be
sense though,
busted.
because he doesn't need infiltrate all the time. Why does she not have? Why would they just take danger sense away? I just don't understand why they would even do that. Because now they're making me divulge, take the operative. Because she's not even my commander anymore. They took that away from me too. She was my commander. Like they took that away as well. She was my commander.
Now
She
you
was
gotta
the
pay a
only
tax.
commander I took. Like she was my commander.
Yeah.
So no, this
She
is
never
all.
really was a commander though. Like
I
devil's
mean,
advocate. Like it fits better. It still sucks gameplay wise, but it does fit better.
kind of potato with like kind of a lot of different things in this game, but like just
Sure.
so prove me wrong in 2 weeks, I guess, that this is not just garbage.
Yeah, then
You're
somehow
gonna
make
I,
Jin worse.
you're gonna
I,
be heartbroken, Nick. I don't think
I,
she's great.
From the people that brought you Sleeper Cells, here is
yeah.
new Jin Urso, somehow worse than the old Jin Urso.
I'll tell you what
Jin
will
Urso from Timu.
I'll tell you what will throw me over the edge. What will if
Points
freaking
increase.
no, oh gosh, well, that's
Oh,
no.
Cassian rework.
If she really doesn't have danger sense, that like if that's gone, if we get the new cards, if Pikes still have danger sense, I will freaking flip. If Pikes still have danger sense and Jin lost danger sense, I will be so mad.
What if Pathfinders have
So
it?
the ones that have, yeah, Pathfinder have danger sense still. Correct.
Well, I mean, they do now.
Nick,
I don't know if they will in 2 weeks.
Right.
Nick, this just incentivizes you to take Cassian for his 3-pip so she can have danger sense.
Assuming that's will even be there. I don't even know.
I have a feeling if Nick doesn't get anything for April 15th, he's full
He's
MCP.
leaving.
Yeah, he's full
He's
MCP now.
leaving.
He's full.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Stick with Legion. It's fun.
So, okay. Any more comments on Jin?
Yeah,
She's worse.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but they did make her worse, unfortunately.
I think she's amazing, AMG.
Oh, talk about it. You didn't talk about it.
No,
So why do you
no,
think she's amazing?
I think she has
He hates
Adjunct
her,
1,
personally.
Disengage, Independent Move, Infiltrate, Nimble, Sharpshooter 1. Like, those are all just amazing keywords, right?
I agree that they're all amazing
On
keywords,
a
but they're
bad
not backed
body.
up by the most important
But
things.
sure, the danger
Defense
sense,
and via health.
I agree the danger sense hurt. She does lose the health, and I agree with that. Like, every point that Nick made, I do agree that sucks in the end, because, like, she could just get shot off, right off the bat. But I feel like, and what you're really good doing, Nick, is that aside from the danger sense, you're good at having her coming in from like a different direction where your army's still contributing to the fight. So it makes a tough decision. Like, do I shoot at Jen or do I shoot at the things that are actually shooting me and killing me? Right. But
that's
yes.
just, but that's just it now, JR.
Mm.
You would wonder that because you're like, oh, I don't know if I can shoot her and kill her. Now you should be like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot her and kill her.
Well, can I
Because
point something out
I
real quick?
won't have the tools to keep her alive.
Fair. That's a fair
Here's a-
point. It's a fair point.
Here's something that makes her worse too, is that she can bounce into stuff, but we live in a Legion world now where a lot of things have shotguns that are now able to contribute in melee.
And Pierce.
That have Pierce.
Well, here's
That's the problem. That's the problem, and that is the biggest problem. She is
Jin.
not safe in melee anymore. She is not
Yeah.
safe. She's not safe in melee anymore.
well, here's my question,
And she
right?
doesn't have the dice to take out her opponent at all.
Well, that's what I was about
to
to
lower
yeah.
those dice. So even if I go into
P1
somebody,
blob.
I'm rolling 4 dice. I'm rolling 4 black. I have no way to generate aims, so I'm rolling probably that 4 black with no aim. I'm probably only rolling 2-3 hits. You're probably spending a dodge, rolling your save. I maybe kill 2 models, right? And all the armies out there, I mean, there's the super squads, there's B2s, there's arcs, there's fleets,
B1s.
there's B1s, there's all these squads now that are throwing so many dice even in melee. I'm not safe. And even if it's like independent move and I'm okay, so I move to somewhere else, I move to another squad, I have no order control. I mean, I can't, like, I'm not safe anywhere. So I can't use those tools to be safe in
Right. So
going out there.
So I think the problem is with Jin, it's her current problem, right? Is what is she doing for the army? Right? That's her current problem. She's not doing anything for the army. And I think that fundamentally her new card doesn't resolve that question in a way that we like. Because we're still here asking, what is she doing for the army? And now she's doing even less. Because
I
at
think
least before she was a Courage 3 commander. Right? Now she's not even doing that. So she could be back capping points, which is where I'm like, okay, maybe she's cheap for that. Jose says she can't be doing that. Well, she can't fight.
She's a terrible backpoint commander because the things
She's not
that
a
can
commander.
rush her, or she's a terrible backpoint option because the things that can reach her in 2 turns can delete her. BX is on scout with a free scout move. Speed 3, let's say speed 3, Ahsoka can get back there. Like she's not
Right.
safe. This game,
No,
she's not safe. Even you don't even take her anymore, Nick.
I
hate to
agree.
break
No,
it
I
to
agree with you,
don't
Jose.
take
Like
her
that's what
anymore.
I'm saying. Is like she can't do that even. She can't be like a melee threat. She can't be a ranged threat. So she's not contributing to the fight. She's not doing anything.
She's not worth it anymore. That's
Well,
the
she just has
sad
to be
part.
cheap. She has to be cheap.
And even if she's cheap,
Even then,
she's an operative in a faction that really wants to use those operative slots.
That's true. That's true.
Right? So it's even worse now because she's an operative.
oh,
That is
Nick's
also
gonna cry tonight.
that's
I'm
also my
sorry, Nick.
problem.
I didn't mean to like tear you down
Nick's
even
gonna wake up.
further,
His
but
nose
Nick's
gonna be
been
soggy
crying.
like tears. No,
Nick's
she
been
really. I
crying.
just thought about that. I just thought about that, Nick. She is not because if Rob infiltrates, hits burst of speed or whatever, he can probably reach her at the end with the force push and all that stuff.
He doesn't even
And
need
even
to
if he
send.
bounce,
I'm not sending Vader
He
after
doesn't need to
G.
send
no.
Vader.
I'm
It's
just
I'm sending a
killer.
single stormtrooper squad, and the stormtroopers are gonna
I'm
win.
just saying. I'm just saying the way everything's so compacted now, like if this was old Legion where she could run away with a box and yeah, she can wiggle, but a back point, there's so many things that could delete her. Like
Well,
I just
look, and
thought about
even
that now, it makes her
here's
useless.
the thing, Jose. Even if her being a back point capper was a great thing for a unit to be doing, you've got naked rebel troopers that can do that for you, and they will be cheaper than anything she is. Right? Even in a world where that's
But
a safe, good thing
if
they
they
can
die
do.
if they
No, no,
die
no,
in
no.
the
I'm
middle,
saying,
it costs
Jose, what I'm
less.
saying is even in a world where that's okay and safe, because there are some game modes where it is, where you can have, like, I play lists with naked storms that do that all the time. You can do that in a lot of game modes. In fact, you kind of want it in a lot of these, right? Because you don't want to put a lot of points into something that's not going to be contributing. But even in that
But you're
world, there are naked rebel troopers. She's
Yes,
not
but
doing anything.
in the same world, if you offer her up as a sacrifice, you're losing way more points if you swapped her with the trooper unit. The
The
trooper
only
unit
the
costs you
That's what I'm
40,
saying.
40,
That's what I'm
the
40
only
saying,
points.
Jose,
yeah the
is just
only
bring the troopers.
the only saving grace will be lower points and a new force org.
Her
Where I can
command cards, right? Aren't they
where
reworking her command cards?
well yeah, but
I can't see any command cards other than win the game that'll make her
if
worth bringing.
if this is what they think is good, then I don't have much faith in that. So that's what I'm saying.
Didn't he say he tested
the-
her and this is what they landed on as
the-
great
The
for
only
her?
saving grace is that she's 60 points and
We assume.
and the
We hope.
new Rebel Force org is I can bring 5 operatives. Like that's
Sure.
like yeah.
I feel like at
Dallas.
this point they should have just they should have gave her the Ahsoka Tano treatment. Let her have this loadout, but then let her be able to get inserted into
That'd be cool.
Pathfinders as a heavy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Then she keeps danger sense.
All right, moving on.
Sorry,
Move
You're
on.
fine.
Move on.
We got Agent Callus, who's an operative. 5 health, courage 2,
Also lost health.
red defense die, speed 2. We don't know his weapon does because it's covered up, but he has a free action to observe twice. Bounty, charge, direct core trooper unit, immune to melee pierce, and
Which he already was, to be clear.
oh, okay. I
With
know
his
that.
bow staff. Yeah.
That's with his bow staff, and then interrogate.
Ah, man.
I love it.
He's worse.
You think
No,
he's
he's not.
worse?
I think they made
No,
him
he's
worse
not.
too. Especially he
Really?
lost contingencies.
Sure,
Nope.
he did lose.
You
contingency.
brought
How
him for
often were
two
you using-
reasons.
How often were you using
Contingencies.
contingencies?
Yeah, you brought it real quick. You brought him for contingencies and ISB investigation. That's
Which
it.
I brought
you
him.
might have
no,
ISB investigation still.
Might.
You bring Callus for ISB investigation only, and if you're bringing him for contingencies, you were doing it wrong because he was more than likely going to die before you got to use any of those cards.
Sure, but at least it was something you could use him for, right? Now you can't even do that. Direct
But
core trooper at Empire doesn't matter. It just straight up
No, it
doesn't.
does.
It's interesting because I feel like if it was the other way, If we had said that this was the old Callus and the new Callus got contingency, you'd be arguing, and I could be totally wrong, that the contingency Callus was worse because I think having charge on his card, direct core trooper unit, and interrogate is they're really good keywords. I mean,
So
the free action to observe twice is really good too. That's no sneeze. Um, it really comes to me for Agent Callus is the cost. How much does it cost?
sure, and I'm coming at this from an angle of Gideon, right? Which is gonna who has the same problems that I imagine Callus is. He's only 5 health. Gideon at least is impervious. So when you're shooting him at ranged, at the very least, he can try to resist some piercing shots. Callus doesn't even have that. He's not like 5 health. He's gonna get shot up before he can do anything.
You know what I just
and again, I see what you're saying, right? Like I'm not saying like objectively he's a bad unit. I just don't like where this is going with him. I don't think direct core makes sense when you want on a melee unit. It just doesn't, right? Maybe I think they thought we're gonna put Callus and Riot Troopers together. They're gonna be a great combo. And sure, maybe that's okay. Just kill Callus. No, like just shoot him. He dies. He's not surging saves, right?
So
he's not hard to kill.
As somebody who played a lot of Callus when Callus came out, hell, me and Callus stood his own ground against Vader in a game me and JR played. Okay, there's not many units that can stand up to Vader.
Oh shit, he lost tactical. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he lost tactical too.
So I
doesn't even get an aim anymore.
I think this Callus is great for what it does. I think it's a buff because the direct trooper thing does work with something like Riot Troopers, but when I play Callus, a good thing to mitigate like some of the bullshit that comes through, sorry Nick, is bringing Royal Guard. And I think that with this new
Callus, bring another mid-tier unit at best.
With this, okay, once again, this Callus that they gave us is a Callus that needs to be played in melee. It needs to say, I'm picking your unit over here, and because it's a bounty, you're either going to keep away from the fight or you're going to come fight me. And then I'm going to bring all the other W key stuff. Callus gives Empire what they don't really have in abundance right now is straight up W key. And this, once again, is coming from, you're comparing this, Rob, to the way you play the game, which is fire, 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 aim, fire, aim, fire, aim, aim, fire.
Dude, I don't aim fire. You cannot aim fire in this game.
No.
You can't.
Okay, I'm shortcutting because you use the.
No, I get what you're saying. But
hold on. But what I'm saying is, you put Callus in a W key list that its whole goal is just go, run, chomp, get there. They have the dice put out. The direct trooper, cool. I'm gonna give a direct trooper to a riot.
Bring the list. I will shred you with anything in the game
that has charge, and it gives you an edge in that. Like I said, it's a W. This Callus is a W key Callus. So the problem.
So was the old Callus, not like when you first started playing him, but like recent Callus is a W key person, right?
No, because
nobody's playing Callus at range right now. They're all playing him as a melee bruiser because that's what he's good at.
Wonder what his dice is going to be. Like, that's what I think the big thing is. You can't see his dice. I wonder what
his weapon profile is going to add a lot.
I think that's going to be his bow staff. I don't think he's going to have an armament for his staff.
Yeah, no, it's going to be his bow staff. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I just, man, 5 health, no surging saves, no impervious. He just gets shot off the board. I'm sorry.
He has immune to melee.
Shot off the board.
Oh, shot off the board.
And he's not immune melee. He's immune melee pierce.
True.
So
right?
You bring
and again, it's the same problem as Jin. Yeah, he's red versus white surging, but at least she gets a dodge, which I know doesn't really save her, right? There are so many scary things in melee these days. You know how many times I've rolled Vader saves and he's had to roll 8 dice? It's a lot. In melee and out of melee, right? And that's 8 health or 7 health. Like, this is 5. He's a stormtrooper squad with a heavy. Those die very easily. And he has to get into range too.
At least you're immune pierce.
Sure, immune melee pierce.
My thing is you're
don't send in your stormtroopers, send in your arcs.
You're elaborating this from a perspective of you're just tackling Callus. My perspective is
I don't think you even focus Callus. You shoot everything else. He's gonna have like 3 dice.
If you're going to come into like a death ball, like I think that's a whole different story. I think that's where Callus is gonna show.
I just
Threat
think that
saturation
other
is where this is
factions
gonna be good.
have so much better death ball units than Empire. It's not even close. Riot Troopers, not terrible in melee. Sure. Um, Magnas exist. Um, BXs exist. And those are just in CIS. You have Arcs and
And
Gar.
I've seen every one of those units get mauled by random stuff. It's a dice game, dude.
Cool. So that same hypothetical happens to Callus twice as much. He's
feel like-
non-surge defend 5 health.
I feel like
is it
Nothing.
coincidental or three? Are we hoping that it's 3 different airs that we see 3 heroes all with all
5
You
and
know,
not
all
6.
all with
yes.
one lower health.
Yes,
with
I am-
Maul and Jin and
okay,
Callus all
No.
losing
I'm
a health.
glad-
Callus is fine.
I'm so glad you said that, Nick, because I don't know if you guys notice a trend here, but it seems like all these operatives are now becoming 5 health.
So the only
Yeah.
thing,
Like every operative that we've seen, like you don't even see the new Vader's health. What if he's 5 now? You know what I mean?
I mean, we're
Like,
laughing, but he could be, right?
He could be. Like
No, I don't know if they do that. They would do that
So-
to Vader, but he's too iconic.
So the only
Yeah,
thing that I want to see them change to Callus, and if they don't, I'm gonna be upset, is I want his Face Me card to hand out dual immobilization. I want Face Me
Cool.
to be a legit lockdown card.
I hope Callus is good,
That's
mind
it.
you. I want him to be good. I'm just like, I'm worried. Just like Nick is worried about Jin. Like,
Can I go back to
Well,
say one
Jin's
more?
different. Jin's
Okay.
different.
Can I go back
Yeah,
and say one
yeah.
more really crappy thing about Jin?
let's hear it.
All right, what is Jin missing that the other 2 people on this page got?
Don't tell me. Let me figure it out.
Yeah, don't tell me either.
Now it's not the exact same word, but they both got something that's a similar type of word that Jin did not get. It's a pretty
Oh,
critical.
Oh, it has to do with
the
core
charge is
troopers.
steady?
Yep,
charge is
charge
steady?
and steady. Callus
Yeah.
got charge. Lando got steady.
Oh,
Jin got nothing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Callus
I-
also
I-
lost surge
I
to
still
crit,
don't-
by the
I
way.
still don't have a
He
way
now
to
doesn't
attack.
surge.
It's the weapon that's gonna figure that out. That has to.
So on that note, I think the better of the 3 here is Lando Calrissian.
Well, yeah. If Lando didn't get better, all hope was lost.
So
his card was even. I'll admit his card was even worse than Jin's in the old
Yeah.
rules.
So this version of the Lando Calrissian, he is a commander. He has 6 health, 2
They
courage.
didn't drop him a health. They should have.
They dropped
like-
the courage. Wasn't he courage 3?
No, he's
He
2.
was.
He's
Oh,
2.
he's 2.
No, he's 2.
No, he wasn't.
Dude.
He surges the crit. He surges defense, and he has white saves. He's speed 2.
Mhm.
He has guidance core trooper unit.
Love it.
Allies at convenience, which is nice. 1 step ahead, which
We
we
don't know
don't
what that
know
means
what that
yet.
does. Steady and uncanny luck 2.
Steady's
Uh,
the big one.
Yes, steady is the big keyword here because his melee is now 3 black, and his blaster is 1 red, 3 black, and long shot.
He used to be range 3, so they took it down to 2, but they gave him long shot, but also gave him more dice.
Ooh, I
But they
didn't
also
realize he was 3 before. That's bad. I don't like that.
but they
Because how
also
is he
gave-
going to get the aim?
But they
Oh,
also
'cause
gave
he's
him
steady.
steady. But they also gave him steady
Yeah.
though. He didn't have steady before, so he's basically
Yeah.
Han. He's Han.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's just like Han now. So
Yeah.
and Han works.
He doesn't have Pierce, though.
Doesn't have the Pierce. That is true.
None of the commanders they lost their Pierce values. All of them did, so that's not surprising.
Yeah,
Which I'm okay with, mind you, as somebody that plays red saves.
but he's a different kind of commander than Han. But he's got the steady, so he has some offensive output. He can move around.
I mean, I love that guidance.
Yeah, the Allen's Phoenix built in is nice. The guidance is really cool. We don't know what the 1 step ahead does. That might be something really cool. So I like what they did with Lando.
I'm
You know what would be cool if 1 step ahead was you lower Lando's pips.
That's interrogate.
That's-
Hopefully it's something
No,
different. Hopefully
Interrogate
What if
increases
it's
the
like-
pip.
I
1
hope
step
it's
ahead
something
decreases your
different.
What if it's like?
I hope
What
it's
if it's like
different.
you attack Lando, but before your attack resolves, he gets to attack first.
maybe. I don't
1
know.
step ahead.
Or
Well,
maybe
no.
a move. How about a move? A speed 1 move or something.
No, because you just end up in the move for that.
No, as a reaction to being attacked.
He
or
runs
something like
around a
that.
corner to get out of
that would be
LOS.
too OP.
Yeah, it
Way
would.
too OP if that
Yeah, I
was the
guess that's
case.
true. I guess that's true.
But I don't know. I'm a bit worried about this balance pass now, frankly. I'm worried. Like I'm expecting them to somehow buff CIS, buff Rebels, and nerf Empire, and just like
Why would they nerf Empire? Empire's terrible right now.
I think this is
because they came out with this.
I think
Like,
this is pretty clear they're not buffing rebels.
yeah, fair. They
Okay.
might buff CIS though, so I,
So we've gone a little long. We're a little long in the podcast.
oh
So
sorry.
no, you're fine. Everyone's fine. We're giving all our great opinions. We're gonna go over the letter grades now. Okay.
Oh
So
shit, I forgot about that.
keep it brief. Don't keep it long. Jose, I'm looking at you. So we're gonna start with Jose. Give us your letter grade and a brief why.
C minus. I give it a C minus because there are things in here that I love, but the things that I hate way overshadow the things that I love. And there's a lot of things in here that personally don't make sense in my personal point of view.
Okay. All right, Rob, what you got?
Explicitly not including anything about the April 15th update. I feel like that is something we're still speculating on. I can't. So ignoring the Jin, the Callus, and the Lando. Okay?
No, you gotta include everything.
No.
No,
In-
remember we said we said at the beginning he could do this.
In my grade, I am
okay.
not
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we don't know what they're going to do
Yeah.
then. We're going to
That's
talk about that,
Yeah.
I'm sure, in another 2.5 hour pod in 3 weeks.
This was fair. We said this was fair.
Right? So not including that, I think this is a B plus. I am a bit worried about some of the restocks they didn't include. And it's probably not, I probably shouldn't be worried. And it feels like they cut it a little early, stopping at Q1 of 2026. I know we have mini extravaganza coming up that'll give us the next, couple months, but I feel like we should have gotten a little bit more. That's just me. And so that's how I feel, right? Like I wanted a little more. I think the game's in a good spot. I like the new starter sets, but it's not. They could have been better. No, you know what? A minus. I'll give it the A minus. All right, Nick.
Yes,
All right. I like that, Rob. I like your positivity, Rob.
Well, no, because
go.
I'm like, it's never
No.
going to be this exciting, right? They're not going to do another complete core set release. Like that is so exciting to me. They got to get an A for the core sets. Anyways,
I like it. I like the positivity because it helps with what I'm about to say.
All right, A, just flat A because Nick is going to drag it down. Flat A, right?
Yeah,
This
you go.
is flat A.
Make it A plus. Make it A plus, Rob. Make it A plus.
Oh no. They get an A. I'm not gonna give an A plus. It's an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so. I'll fully admit this is a very selfish rating. I'm gonna be very selfish with this rating.
AMG, you hurt Nick too bad.
You hurt me so bad. Yeah.
Hondo.
So the only saving grace was Hondo. Yeah. The only saving grace was
Not even
Hondo.
the $90 core sets?
So that is good. Don't get me wrong. That is very, very good.
Oh, you said I'm gonna stop. You said selfish. You said selfish.
I do appreciate that, but I'm gonna be selfish. I'm not gonna take that in consideration. Yeah, only because of Hondo, I'll give it a D minus.
Oh, that's so spicy.
Otherwise, it would have been
That's
F.
so
Otherwise-
I'm
spicy.
changing mine to a D now.
You can't change yours.
Spicy.
I thought C minus was brutal. He gave it a D. I'm D. I'm
Nick,
D now.
Nick, that's so
I agree with
my
Nick. It's a D. It's a
All right,
D.
Now,
wait, why?
Well, and I preface this at the very beginning. I proved me wrong. In 2 weeks, I hope I look like a freaking idiot. I hope it looks great in 2 weeks, and I hope I'm really wrong, and everything looks good, and the command cards look great, and the points make sense, and everything is fine. Because right now, with at least the units that I like to play, it does not look like it's gonna be that way.
He looks so scary right now.
So
This is a side of Nick I was not ready for.
I am not liking this, and those generic,
He's entered his Dexter
those
phase.
generic piece of crap things that they threw at me, and yeah, no, I don't like any of it. I love Hondo though. So that was the
Okay.
one thing I liked.
So my grade is an A minus. AMG, I love everything you did here. Like, tip of the hat. You got your core sets, which are amazing for new players. You got your card packs, amazing for new players. We're getting Hondo and the Pirates. We're getting a new tank for the Shadow Collective. Like, granted, we don't know what Callus and Jin and Lando are doing, but I mean, I'm just excited for everything that they're doing and announcing. The wheel bikes, amazing. The customized characters, oh, Nick, amazing. Like, I love everything in this presentation. Like, I was blown away by this presentation because it seems to me it's going in the right direction and it's going to where they want it to go, which is they're always leaning towards fun rather than competitive. And that's what I see here. Competitive is a byproduct of people wanting to be good at the game, and that's not something you should lean on because that's what they said before, and I agree with that statement. So with the customized pack, you're gonna get min-max people. That's just how it is. You're looking at one right here. Um, but aside from that, like for new players, this is all very exciting. Like if I was a kid coming into this, I'd be stoked. I love the store kid tournament kits. Like they're showing they're supporting small local stores. Love that. Like that's my biggest thing I've always wanted. The minus there exists in my letter grade is only because I really feel like the Shadow Collective Maw is not a mistake, and that hurts me. That hurts me deep. Um, Other than that, AMG did a great job. Don't let these naysayers fool you. But that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for
So it
joining
was
me.
sorry it was so short, everyone.
Sorry.
I said sorry it's so short, everyone.
Yeah. I know we didn't have enough to say, right?
We had a lot of feelings,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
feelings.
If you go back to that customization pack, you can see Nick's eyebrows go horns, like they just went down. um, but any last words you guys want to get in before we end the podcast? Uh, Yep,
Bring
yep.
me my damn Gungans.
They hinted
That,
towards it.
they did, but it's not here. And I'll also add secondly because that Hondo trailer was sick. I want some Tuscan Raiders. How are you gonna tease me with
Oh, that'd be
Tuscan
cool.
They
Raiders
did
and
tease
then
you.
not
Yeah.
not bring? When I heard the Tuscan Raiders, I was not
Uh,
expecting Hondo. I was expecting Sand People, and then
yeah.
they gave me Hondo, which I was good with. But I want Tuscan
I feel
Raiders
like you're
now.
gonna get Tuscan Raiders. I think that was a hint that eventually they're coming. But
Tuscan Raiders and a Gungan starter set.
yeah. Nick, Rob, any last words?
Uh, like I said, I'm a bit sad there's not more new stuff this year, but the stuff we are getting, it's cool. I'm glad Empire gets something in the new customizable kits, even if Nick hates them. I'm excited, and even if they suck, I'll play some games with them. Right? Like game looks good. I think there was a time where everyone was a little bit doomer. New edition just came out. We didn't have people playing around here for months.
Yeah.
But it feels like now, like things are coming back up. Like next year, hopefully this time around, we'll have a vibrant community, lots of people playing, and I'm just hopeful right now, right? I'm hopeful.
Nick?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I agree. I agree.
Ah, he's
Well,
so good.
guys,
I've never seen him solo.
boys, thank you guys for joining me as always. I appreciate you guys coming on. Those that are still watching, thank you so much. I know this is a long episode, but we appreciate you guys here too. But we will catch you next week. See ya.